State
puck
time.
drop, and we all know what that means. It's time. DeVivo letting in any more than two.
Are we gonna have
see
to
Buffalo's
pass?
defense shutting down Oswego's. Who?
Our lovely
Welcome back to WTOP 10. My name is Nick Stetter. I'm with the two greatest.
Hello everybody, my name is Connor Sangus. I'm currently perching it up on the perch. Some are calling me an eagle today just because I'm that perched up. I'm so excited to be here. We've got Buff State coming in. They're Bengals, no idea why, facing the Oswego State Lakers. Obviously we're Lakers because of Lake Ontario.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Deborah F. Stanley Arena for the Bengals on a rainy day in Oswego. I'm your host, Michelle Smith,
With analysts Connor Zangus and Nick Stetter. This is our pregame show. How are we this afternoon, guys?
Shown.
Mine isn't? Before we dive into what is to come after puck drop, let's take a look at these two teams' last games. Nick, tell me about Buffalo's game on February 14th. Connor, Oswego had their senior night game that same day. What went down at the Deb? This afternoon, how does this history influence our matchup here? With history in mind, these teams are pretty evenly matched on the stat sheet this season. Nick, walk us through these teams' shots per game and how they convert those shots into goals. Obviously, you can't put up a shot without possession, and the easiest way to do that is to win the faceoff at the dot.
Me? Welcome back to WTOP 10. My name is Nick Stetter. I'm with Connor Sangus and Michelle Smith. We're looking at a very good game today. And should I keep talking? I'm going to keep talking just in case. I don't know if Michelle's telling me to stop or not. We're looking at Buff State versus the Oswego State Lakers in here. The Buff State Bengals. That's their mascot. It's a tiger.
And a good afternoon, everybody. My name is Connor Sangus here inside the Deb on the perch for tonight's women's ice hockey matchup between the Oswego State Lakers and the
Bengals and the Lakers have a storied history. Looking ahead to this afternoon, how does this history influence our matchup here? With history in mind, these teams are pretty evenly matched on the stat sheet this season. Nick, walk us through these team shots per game.
This is a production of Hockey Night in Oswego. Only on WTOP.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Deborah F. Stanley Arena for the Lakers versus the Bengals on a rainy day here in Oswego. I'm your host, Michelle Smith, with analysts Connor Zangus and Nick Stetter. This is our pregame show. How are we this afternoon, guys?
Beyond thrilled to be here. It's the last regular season weekend in SUNY hockey, but still, certainly both these teams have a lot to play for here today.
I'm feeling amazing. It's amazing to be back on the perch with you all. And this is a game with a lot of stipulations, especially for those Buffalo State Bengals, but we'll get into that later in the show.
Definitely. Well, I'm so glad to have you guys up here with me. Before we dive into what's to come after the puck drop this afternoon, let's take a look at these two teams' last games. Nick, tell me about Buffalo's game on February 14th.
Well, it was a very close one. It's a nail-biter for those Buffalo State Bengals against bottom-seeded Morrisville in a 4-3 win. Morrisville had that first goal, but then immediately Buff State answered with 2 first-period goals, and then they kind of forced Morrisville into a game of catch-up. And Morrisville scored one back, made it 2-2, but then another 2 goals right after sealed that win for the Buff State Bengals, making it 4-3 on the day and giving them light in this SUNY race.
Connor, Oswego's senior game was that same night. What went down here at the Deb?
Yeah, Lakers shut out Potsdam 2-0 at home at the Deb last Saturday. Mia DeVivo started in goal, stopping all 19 shots that she's faced, tallying her 6th shutout on the season. And a little bit of a even deeper stat, the Lakers actually outshot the Bears 44-19 in that game. So certainly a thrilling performance for the Lakers.
Well, the Bengals and the Lakers do have a storied history beyond just their own records apart from each other. Looking ahead to this afternoon, how does this history influence our matchup?
We're looking at this matchup, and Connor, you mentioned it before the show, their 50th matchup in history, the Buff State Bengals and the Oswego Lakers. And the history behind this matchup, Oswego's kind of dominated it. Buff State looking to kind of turn the tide on the Lakers coming into this.
Keeping that history in mind, these teams are pretty evenly matched on the stat sheet this season. Nick, can you walk us through these teams' shots per game and how they convert those shots into goals?
Yeah, and their shots per game, they're around the same, really. Oswego at 35.7, the Buffalo State Bengals at 35.1. However, opponents' shots per game is a little different. Oswego hold their opponents to 23.3 shots per game, and the Buff State Bengals, I believe, let me check really quick, it is 26.2 shots per game. So Buff State kind of lacking on the defensive side, but conversion rates aside, Buff State convert their shots a lot better than Oswego at a .093, while Oswego sit at about .062. So Buff State better on the finishing side of things. Oswego got a lot to improve there.
Now, obviously, you can't put up a shot without possession, and the quickest way to do that is to win that faceoff at the dot. Connor, how about their faceoff percentages?
Yeah, Michelle, a bit of an interesting matchup here today between these two schools. Both of these schools come in today with faceoff conversion percentages above 50%. So that tells you that the majority of the time, both of these teams are used to playing with the puck and specifically getting that puck right away. So certainly going to be an interesting matchup to watch here tonight. The Lakers come into the game winning the faceoff about 56.7% of the time, and Buff State's at 52.1%. So the Lakers' slight advantage, but still a very interesting matchup to look at here tonight.
Now, of course, none of this is possible without the coaching staff, that team behind the bench. Nick, at the end of the season, what have you seen this year from Mark Digby behind Oswego's bench?
And I'm looking at Digby's season compared to last season. He's had a rough going around this time. When you're looking at last season 22-3. This season he's at 12-9-2 right now. And he's had a down year, but he's still just clinched that SUNY playoff spot, so you're still in playoff contention. You want to get back to the finals where you were last year, but you really want to win this time. It's win-win-win, and a win against the Buff State Bengals today would make a showing. It would say, hey, we're here to play going into the playoffs.
Connor, how about Rachel Gramp with Buffalo?
Yeah, Rachel Gramp, her career record with this season's updated stats, it's 28-87-5. That's a 23% win percentage. That's certainly not what you want, but that's just the surface here. I want to dive a little deeper, okay? This is only Rachel's 4th year as head coach, and Buffalo State has actually improved every single year that she's been the head coach, and I credit that to the fact that she has spent the last 4 years as a coach at the U.S. Women's Hockey National Development Camp. She knows how to develop players. She knows how to develop talent. So even though that win percentage is historically low compared to Mark Digby, this is still a very, very good, talented coach.
Wow, well, I didn't even know that about Rachel Grant. That's pretty awesome to hear after that gold medal for the USA women's hockey team at the Olympics yesterday. After a 3-0 win for Oswego, the last time these two teams faced off, it'll be interesting to see how these coaches and their teams hit the ice in just a little while. But until then, stick around. We'll be right back.
back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan I've played for the last 15 games. They beat.
Writing a letter to the NFL fans? Get out of here with that.
Let me finish. No,
finish.
Stop.
Johnny Manziel, that guy, he's a loser.
No, that's.
Oh.
Watch the DK experience.
Is there anything interesting happening in here? Joe, is there anything interesting happening in here?
Yes, there is some interesting stuff tonight. We're doing our weather outside.
Oh, okay.
Our quick weather.
Never mind.
Let's see how excited it is.
Welcome back to the Deb for women's ice hockey on a rainy Friday. I'm Michelle Smith, joined on the perch by Connor Zingis and Nick Stetter. Now, let's look at the bigger picture here for these two teams, the SUNYAC playoffs. With Oswego already holding tight to a playoff spot and Buffalo back in 6th place, let's have Connor take us through what tonight means for the SUNYAC standings.
Yeah, as you mentioned, Michelle, Oswego is currently 4th, and they have clinched a playoff spot in that SUNYAC. You can see with the X next to their name. Now, as you can see with that little red line separating Buffalo State from Potsdam and Morrisville, only the top 6 teams in the SUNYAC will make the playoff bracket. So Buffalo State, Canton, and Potsdam are fighting for those 2 remaining spots, and that's really why, as we mentioned in our previous segment, this game is so important to Buffalo State here tonight, guys.
Now, Nick, obviously Oswego and Buffalo are not the only 2 teams to watch in this last weekend of regular season games. Why don't you take us around the SUNYAC?
I mean, yeah, you're looking at Plattsburgh, top seeded right there in Cortland. A lot of these teams have clinched already. 4 out of the 6 spots have been clinched when you have Plattsburgh, Cortland, Oswego, and William Smith. But you're looking at Cortland playing Plattsburgh, a battle for the 1 seed going on there. Morrisville and Potsdam. Morrisville's out of it, but Potsdam's still in the hunt, trying to hope Buff State loses this game. And Canton and William Smith, Canton looking for an upset here over William Smith to try to stay in contention as well. But really, Oswego, Buff State, if Buff State get a win here, this could really seal the playoff contention around the SUNYAC.
It has been a roller coaster season in the SUNYAC and for these 2 teams in the Bengals and the Lakers. Some call it streaky, some call it hot and cold. Nick, what are Oswego's hot and colds that make or break their play?
Well, when I'm looking at Oswego, I'm going to mention a couple of colds. We got the streaks. They really haven't had a dominant win streak recently, and it's been a win. It's been a loss, a tie, a win, a loss, a tie, a win. It seems like a pattern's kind of going on. They're 2-2-2 in their last 6 games, and they really got to get a hot streak going. And another cold, they seem to be cold in the first period, really, when 47% of their goals have came from the third period this entire season. So they're really looking to heat up early in this matchup and kind of show dominance from the start.
Connor, how about Buff State?
I'm going to start off hot here for Buff State. Coming into this game, they have a plus 24 goal differential on the season, despite being a pedestrian 12-10-1 from an overall record-wise. So despite their average record, guys, they've actually shown flashes here of being able to score at an elite clip. So certainly something to keep an eye on for tonight. Now for my cold, so far this season in SUNYAC play, the Bengals have been outshot by every SUNYAC team except for Canton or Potsdam. Earlier this season, as we already mentioned, when they played Oswego, they were outshot 32-16. So for the Buff State Bengals, make sure you bring your sticks tonight.
Well, we'll be sure to keep an eye out for those hot and colds from our trusty analysts over here. But until then, we'll be right back with more on WTOP 10.
I saw bread, and I want some bread.
I feel like the amount of work that we get here is very different than a community college. So at my last school, we had at least an essay a week that was due for any given class.
Yeah. Also make you really appealing because you start in the fall, where it's kind of like still good sport.
If it's hockey,
It's what they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams. How do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games, only on WTOP.
Oh boy!
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome back once again to The Perch at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. I'm Michelle Smith, joined by Connor Zangus and Nick Stetter. We've got more analysis for you coming up, but first, let's get you acquainted with our commentators in the press box. Guys?
Thank you, Michelle, and I am your play-by-play commentator for today, Brian Pierce, alongside with Paolo Kasperzak, my color commentator. And starting off for this game, let's get into some game predictions. So, both these teams, last time they played out, it was back in late November. Buff State took the loss at home, 3-0 at their home barn. I'm expecting somewhat of a similar result, except I think Buff State's going to give them more of a fight. I got Oswego coming out with a 4-2 victory, gaining just a late goal, putting the game away, at least in an empty netter. I'm just sure that Buff State, they're looking to try and at least keep their playoff hopes alive, especially for the SUNY playoffs coming around soon. So, if anything, I think it's going to be a tighter game, but Oswego State, I think overall, just a better sound team across the board. I think they're going to be able to get the win.
I'm honestly on the same line too. Buffalo State is fighting for their playoff hopes. They're just behind Kent in the standings, but I do have Oswego winning 3-1. I mean, they're just overall the better team here.
Absolutely. I mean, obviously, you got to worry about on the Buff State score. I mean, they have one of the top scoring teams by far in the SUNY overall. That's one thing to look out for. But defensively, there's definitely some question marks.
Yeah.
But moving on into something else as well, we got our surprise players for who we think is really going to come off for both of these teams. Maybe guys that are not really up there for points. I think Kayla Dory is going to be the one player I'm going to pick for my surprise player for today for Oswego. She has been constantly around the puck throughout the past couple of games, especially at Potsdam, Plattsburgh State. A lot of good scoring opportunities from her. She's been involved in a lot of good scoring chances consistently. She is always participating well in the O-zone. I feel like she might be able to at least bury one today, or at least pick up a couple points. But she has been a workhorse in the offensive zone, especially also on the forecheck.
Yeah. For my surprise player here, this team's been led with freshmen all season. How about again today? I have Alexander O'Brien has in 23 games for the Lakers and still looking for first goal of the game, first goal of the season this year. We know O'Brien can produce in high numbers before joining the Lakers. She was with the New York Iron Brown 16 and 19 U teams, collected 35 goals. So she has a knack for the net, and I feel like she can do it again here tonight.
Yeah, looking for her first career goal, not only just the one of the season, but for her career goal for all of collegiate hockey.
Right.
So now switching things up now into the net minors and between the pipes, a little tail of the tape, as you like to say pretty much for the goalies. So starting off at net for Oswego, she won basically goalie of the week for SUNY recently. Mia DeVivo has been just absolutely on fire, on a tear the past couple of days. See the stats, .926 save percentage, 1.69 goals allowed average. She has been by far one of the top goalies in all of the SUNY. I mean, even her stats ranked 4th in saves in the SUNY with 461. Her goals against average is 4th. Then across the ice for Buff State, it's the sophomore Alexa Todd, who also has been having a very solid year too. Maybe not as good as a goal allowed average, but still a 920 save percentage is very solid for any starter in net. I mean, she's been taking up most of the time in net with 16 games played, 16 times started. And also she was named SUNY Rookie of the Week back on November 24th and Goalie of the Week back on January 20th. So again, this is another game that's going to come down to two of the better goal minders within the SUNY and who can hang on the longest. But again, I think this is going to be one of the toughest tests this season for Mia DeVivo. Yes, she posted a shootout against Buff State. Buff State, though, still has one of the best scoring offenses in the league by a mile, leading with 3.3 goals per game. So it's going to be a tough test. If she can pull out another shutout, that just goes to show how phenomenal of a goalie she's been, especially her sophomore year. But again, it's going to be tough.
Very tough. I mean, you look at Alexander Todd. She's going to have to be really important for Buff State today. I mean, Oswego just wants to get out and go out and with such pace, just as they did last week against Potsdam. They were just all over the puck. They were winning battles. They were in front of the net. Alexa Todd is going to have to be very, very sharp eye today for Buffalo.
Absolutely. That's going to do it from here. We're going to send it back to the porch. Back to you, Michelle.
Thanks, Braden and Paul. We'll be right back to wrap up our pregame show and set the stage for puck drop.
I'm scared of Joe with a bat. Okay?
Okay.
Let me show you because your team is a failure. You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah.
Ready?
Oh my God.
Just like that.
That's actually. Let me show you the Bronx Bomber way of doing it. Ready? Ready? I swear to God. Oh my Everyone. God. All right, put the bat down. All right. The numbers like. Sorry, John. You're right. Sorry. Yeah.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch. Well, do we have a show for you? Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises. And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10.
Welcome back to the Deb. For the last time on our pregame show, you can see those teams are getting ready to send out their goalies to take up their nets for the game. I'm Michelle Smith with Connor Zangus and Nick Stetter at my side. Now, something that's really important to mention for both of these teams is their special teams. Special teams can define a game. What are the numbers telling you about the Lakers and the Bengals power play and penalty kill?
Well, starting out with Buffalo, Buff State is struggling mightily on their power play so far this season, guys. Out of 69 opportunities, they've only converted 9 of them. That is an abysmal 13%. For reference, most average to good teams will shoot for around 20%, with 25 to 30 being considered the elite of the elite, so certainly way off. And on the penalty kill, however, to completely flip the coin on the other side, has been absolutely amazing. Despite committing 4 penalties per game, which is a little too much in my opinion, the penalty kill, 73 for 85 this season. That's an 86% so far, and when you're committing 85 penalties this season, the fact that you've stopped 73 of them really speaks volumes.
And I want to mention the penalties. Buff State committing 92 compared to Oswego's 70. 22 old penalties separating these two teams. So Oswego play a cleaner game. But I want to mention, we were talking about this earlier, me and you, Connor. Digby coming from his alma mater, SUNY Brockport, he specialized in these special teams and power play scenarios. And it's really weird coming from that, and you're looking the way that Oswego have converted on power play. They haven't been too great either. It's really surprising on the side of Digby, who hasn't converted as much as he wants to.
I couldn't agree with you more. I do want to give credit to Digby where credit is due. The penalty kill for the Lakers has been amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Like you mentioned, that power play, certainly compared from last year, has absolutely struggled this season.
For sure.
Well, as we draw closer to go time, we are going to take a microscope to the women representing their schools today. Connor, who are your players to watch for Oswego and Buffalo?
Well, for Oswego, I have Jenna Majeski, the junior, number 19 forward. Jenna is currently tied for second on the team in points with 11, 7 goals, 4 assists. She's the second highest goal scorer, just 1 goal behind team leader Megan Smith. And Jenna is the only top 5 point scorer from the Lakers championship appearance last season to return this year. So her veteran leadership has certainly been noted.
Nick, who do you have your eyes on?
For Oswego, and I'm going to look you dead in the eye when I say this, feed the hot hand. I'm looking at Natalie Longs with 2 goals against the Potsdam Bears in their last matchup. And she's been stellar this season, coming into her freshman year out of HFL, Honeyway Falls, Lima. She's been stellar. She had a little bit of a lull in the middle of the season, but I feel like the whole team did with their record. As I said, they didn't have much of a hot streak going their entire matchup. But Longs, she's on a roll right now. Keep it going. Give her the confidence that she needs to excel in this matchup, especially against these Buff State Bengals.
All right, well, it's about time for anthems of the United States and Canada. And Puck Drop, we all know what that means. It's time for picks. How do you see today's matchup ending? We'll start with Connor.
Well, Michelle, I think this is going to be a copy and paste of the previous meeting between the Lakers and Buff State earlier in the year. I have the Lakers shutting out Buff State once again. Mia DeVivo will get her 7th shutout of the season. I have Oswego 3-0.
All right, Nick?
While I don't have it as a copy and paste, I couldn't agree with you more on the clean sheet aspect of things. I think DeVivo's going to keep this streak alive, and it's going to be a 2-0 win for the Oswego Lakers here as they look to show their dominating force going into the SUNYAC playoffs.
Well, I'm going to put my pick in favor of the visitors here this afternoon. I see a 2-0 win for Buffalo. I don't see Mia DeVivo letting in any more than 2 goals. Obviously, she's an outstanding performer for this team. But I do see Buffalo's defense kind of shutting down Oswego's offensive opportunities a bit more. Oswego's season does wrap up tomorrow afternoon here at the Deb, and I'm sure they would like to take home a 2-win weekend to head into those playoffs. But with Buffalo still in limbo, this matchup will likely come down to who can battle harder and faster. So with our lineups being announced down on the ice, we're going to say goodbye for now. Our lovely analysts up here have given you a lot to look out for today. So keep an eye on the ice and an ear to the press box. We'll see you for your intermission report. This is SUNYAC Women's Ice Hockey on WTOP 10.
If you like action, romance,
Polly sister, if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
surface is this.
Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn.
No!
Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
So you're probably wondering why the top producer of WTOP's new hit, Oswego Liza, is currently juggling a taco ball right now. That's just because I don't just know ball, but I can play it too. WTOP, live every other Sunday, 7 p.m. Tune in.
Oh boy!
Come across like
Who else would you want behind this camera other than Austin Claus? Nope.
Oh,
nobody.
Oh.
What's happening?
Oh.
Sorry.
No, I want nobody calling this game but Kenny Gerard. And Paulie Beatty. And also Kenny Gerard again.
Also with us today is Savannah Johnson. Savannah's Laker mentor is Helen Van Dam. The officials for today's game: referee Mr. Robert Schaefer, referee Mr. Jacob Zaremski, linesman Mr. Zachary Hughes, and linesman Mr. Eric Radish. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask all who are able to please stand and remove your caps for the national anthems of Canada and the United States.
And we are set to go here from Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as both teams get prepared for some first period action. Again, this is going to be another big conference matchup for both of these teams. Buff State still trying to look to at least secure a solid spot within the playoffs. Most likely they're going to be on the road for most of it, but still at least try and move up in the seeding. Oswego try and do the same too. They really can't be able to catch Cortland and get much playing time, but again, they would like to try and see if they can get better seeding, face some weaker opponents. But Paul, going in this game, what are the keys for both teams to be able to pull off the victory?
Honestly, if you're Oswego, you just want to be quick. You want to be fast. I mean, they just outpaced Potsdam last weekend. And that's how they got the win. I feel like this is going to be a gritty game. Buff State's they're just fighting for their playoff hopes right now. So they're just going to keep this low scoring, but they also have the ability to score. So you got to have to win pucks. You have to win puck battles. You got to be first to pucks, and you got to score.
Keegan Scott will take the draw for Buff State and Georgia Cunliffe for Oswego State. Here we go from Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as the Bengals win the draw, and it'll be picked up by Sabina Kwa. And then moved up along the left wing by Radecki. Bank pass is intercepted by Jay Seal. So now Buff State will take over in their own end, going along the right wing. As they carry it through the neutral zone, that is Willick. The Lancaster, New York native, is now Jay Seal has it in her right corner. Feeds it up to Van Dam, and the long bank pass tries to get the Cunliffe, but nothing doing, as Murray will get to it first for the Bengals, and now Van Dam will secure it for the Lakers. Cross-ice pass is picked off. Great defensive work by Sage, running rabbit, the captain for the Bengals. Her younger sister JoJo running rabbit, also a D-man for the squad. Good to see that there is some Native American representation within this team. 3 people of Native American backgrounds within the squad. You don't really see that a lot in hockey, mostly in lacrosse, but good for diversity. Obviously, I mean, you see in hockey like Quentin Byfield, one of the few black players in the NHL that has really made a name for himself, amongst other players as well. I mean, I know there's, I forgot his name, but a player of Indian background that has been one of the hottest players for Hobart. So good to see more diversity in the game of hockey.
Absolutely.
And a shot out front, and what a save from Todd, dropping the butterfly. That was very close to going in from Kayla Doherty. I mentioned about her being a dangerous player, a player that could really pop off for this game.
Yeah, you see just open ice, high danger opportunity for Dory, and then just stopped by Todd. Big save there.
Yeah, puck just got loose off a draw and just wide open on the low slot. She could have honestly maybe tried and deked her way to go in on it, but
she definitely has some space.
But good work from Todd. His draw is won by the Lakers as the puck is, and still kept in. So we're going to try and see if they can get some more scoring opportunities. But Buff State will take over. Long, dangerous cross-ice pass is picked off. Good work by Erica Parenti. Coley has it, now back to Parenti at center ice. And it was poke checked away by Dakota Carlson. And now Masterson's going the other way with it. And she dekes her way through. Now Carlson has behind the cage. She's definitely one player to look out for on this Buff State team. Leads the team not only in points with 24, but with 15 goals, which is first in all the SUNY. So definitely been a big contributor to why Buff State has the best scoring offense in all the SUNY. Coley has it in her own corner. Moves it to Penty. Penty carried over the blue line along the right wing, carrying it through the neutral zone, and will fire it into the opposing end for dump and chase, but Buff State will take it. And a turnover out in front. Another chance, but good kick saved by Todd.
Again, one of those opportunities, just getting it low to high, and then just crucial. Gotta capitalize on those opportunities.
And battle along the wall for the loose puck, and it'll be taken by Megan Smith, but she's boxed out. Great defensive work from Buff State. Now puck loose out in front of the slot, but it'll be taken by the Bengals going the other way with it along the left wing. But great work defensively for the Lakers to get it right back on the poke check. Now Alexandra O'Brien tries to pick it up, but nothing doing. As Cadaz will get it for the Bengals. Now hustling along the left wing. Great speed from Zolak. She just fires it in for a quick line change for Buffalo State. And pass broken up. Good work by Scott. Now puck is loose in front of the Laker bench as O'Brien is in there. Majeski comes out to try and back her up. And coming away with it, it was Brittany Iverson, who got to celebrate senior day against Potsdam. The only senior on this team, transfer from Endicott College, native of California. Now for the puck for Buff State, it's a little bit loose. It came out the pass from Quinn Murray. Now the puck goes along the boards. And it'll be taken by Willick. She'll lose it immediately now, but Jeski has it. And what a nice steal from Radecki, the Lancaster native. Just coming in out of nowhere and pickpocketed Majeski. Foul on the wall for the right half wall, and the Bengals will come away with it. Now the puck is loose in the slot. Still loose, and Van Dam will pick it up for the Lakers, and now a chance for Alonz. Breakaway chance all along the slot. Fires, and another rebound chance, and it's just wide, but what a beautiful save again from Todd and the butterfly.
As I mentioned in the beginning, Todd's going to have to be an important piece to the Buffalo State Bengals today, and she has early on in the first period.
Puck goes into Lakers territory, and Coley will get it behind the cage. Now Jay Seal saucers it up to DeMars, but that is knocked high in the air. Spenakwa was able to get her stick on it. Now it's taken by Madison Malone. Sage running rabbit, pokes the puck into the O-zone as they're going to try and see if they get some offense set up here. Well, that's cleared right back out, and her sister JoJo running rabbit will secure it. Lakers with possession as Dory tries to secure it, and she gets knocked down. There's a stick broken. And we got a hooking call by the looks of it going against Kayla Dory. So we're going to get some power play action here for tonight, as the Bengals will be awarded with it first, with 14:39 left to go in this first period of play.
Yeah, I mean, Buffalo's just been keeping things tight, and they just want to. They seem like early on they want to move the puck from they want to keep the puck in the middle of the ice, and that's how the penalty was drawn.
Yeah, their power play unit has definitely been better compared to Potsdam with 13% success rate, but now there's a chance for Cooley. Cooley got a chance alone, and oh my goodness, what a superb save from Todd. Another chance. Oh, and it just goes off the post, and ow.
Wow, I mean that's the first-ranked penalty kill right there for the Oswego State Lakers, just putting the pressure on early.
My goodness, a great chance for Cooley just to get the short-handed goal, and just goes off the iron and out and just behind Todd.
Perfect example of hockey being a game of inches right there.
And now puck is loose out at center ice. And Cudlow tries to pick it up, but nothing doing. Now carried along the left wing. It's Masterson as she gets it stolen away by Penty with 45 seconds left to go in the power play, and it's cleared out successfully by the Lakers. Again, the Lakers are going in with the best penalty kill in all the SUNY. Only one right now above 90% with 91.4% success rate.
Yeah, it's been the strongest suit for this Lakers team, and especially heading into the postseason.
Willick fires the wrist shot, and it's just wide. Goes behind the cage, and Coley is battling for it. And now the wrist shot was just fired wide, but still kept in, thanks to the help of Gray. 6 seconds left to go on the power play. Another wrist shot, but paddled away by DeVivo.
Very good penalty there by the Lakers.
Good work from the Lakers to kill off that penalty. Now Todd will leave it back for Daphne Gray. She fires it along the wall, and it'll be picked up by Parenti for the Lakers at the center ice. Carries it over the blue line, now to the left wing. Dory trying to push her way through as oncoming pressure from Petrino. Now Dory tries to go to the slot, but great defensive work to collapse in from the Bengals. And now Massa Malone race for the puck. She beats out Pinty for it. Bengals trying to see if they can at least get the offense finally set up and start cycling the puck around. Shot from up top, and it is redirected and blocked. And the Lakers will take over now. Garrett along the right wing's Parenti. Tries to go for a little stick lift, but that does not work. And Pitrick will just fire it in. And Todd will leave it. She hesitated there for a second, but she will leave it off for Petrino. Cross-ice pass, intercepted by Patrick, but she could not maintain full control of it, and Radecki will fire it in along the wall. And battling for it will be Willick. She could not get in. The wrist shot is just blocked. I think Radecki might be on a piece of it. It was going glove high on DeVivo. Now Iverson from the slot fires, and that shot is just blocked as Keegan Scott was in the way of that one. Now puck is loose at the far side dot. And now they're still trying to poke it for the loose puck, and it'll be finally taken by the Bengals as pass was just behind Radecki, but she just gets it right back. Carries over the blue line, fires, and the shot was just blocked. Good work by Tilly Petrick. Nice little dangle from Georgia Cudliff as she goes from wing to wing. And tries to fire the puck in for double chase, but automatically intercepted by Sabenequa. Good work by Sabenequa. And the puck will be frozen by DeVivo to put a stop in the play with 10:22 left to go in this first period of action.
Oswego's defense has just been lights out so far. They're just getting in shot lanes of the Buffalo State shooters. They have 2 blocks so far in this game.
Goldie will get the loose puck for the Lakers after the faceoff draw won by the Bengals. Now on the right wing with his Pinty carry and tried to get the cross ice pass. Alon's a little out of reach. He's trying to race forward with Maddie Braun. Now Pinty will try to fire it to Majewski. Lons with it, tries to center the pass, and it'll be intercepted. So now the Bengals go the other way with it. Now a chance for a one-on-one. Fires on the wrist shot, and it is blocked away by DeVivo. But high danger opportunity for Ramessier. Long ice pass could not hit Lons. And now Gray will try and get the bank pass off to Dakota Carlson, but nothing doing. Lons trying to move her way through. Now Carlson has it along the left wing. Actually, that was Gray. She'll fire it in to get a quick line change. She's definitely been out there for a solid minute, so definitely needed to get off ice just to catch her breath. Ricobelli carrying along the left wing, tries to feed it up to Megan Smith, cannot do so. And now with it for the Lakers is Jay Seal. As great aggressiveness we've seen defensively from Cadence Kemp, really trying to push for the forecheck, see if she could get a turnover in Oswego's D zone.
Yeah, they just been pressing all game, so all first period so far, trying to cause those turnovers, and we've seen a lot of odd man opportunities for the Bengals so far.
And loose puck picked up by Buffalo State. As now is a battle for along the wall in front of the Lakers bench. And Buff State will go back to regroup in their own zone as JoJo running rabbit has it at the left corner in Bengals territory, but now the Lakers will steal possession. Good forecheck, centering pass, cannot get through. Prenti has it behind the cage. Sabenequa fires it along the wall. And Dory will just get it right back, but Sabenequa takes it, and now she'll move ahead through the right wing. And she'll fire it in just so she can get a line change for the Bengals, and Petrick will take over. Bank pass, salsa pass actually off the wall. Try to hit Parenti. Now Petrick gets it back. Fires the wrist shot, and it's just behind the cage. A little bit of a tough angle on the wrist shot, and Power will go back to regroup with the rest of the Lakers to set up for another breakout. Now the puck is just flying around and right in front of the penalty box as Oswego State tries to clear it out, but good work from Scott to keep the puck in. She fires the wrist shot, and it is gloved by DeVivo.
Both teams just playing with a lot of energy so far through the first half period. Just both teams, again, it just seems like, just from what I've seen so far, they have a similar strategy. They want to push the puck up ice through the middle of the ice and then just try to cause turnovers and try to catch both teams both teams lacking on defense.
Absolutely. Buff State has definitely been really aggressive in creating the turnovers, especially also we've started to see it a little bit on the forecheck too. They've done a great job.
Yes.
At least give themselves more offensive opportunities within Oswego's D zone.
Mm-hmm.
And puck flies through the air and will be taken by Pinty as she's trying to find the loose puck, but Radecki almost picks it up, but Pinty gets it right back. Well, nice pass to Iverson, just gets by her, and it'll be an icing call going against the Lakers.
Yeah, both teams here just, again, at points in time, the offense has been great for both sides, and then there's just both teams just getting locked down defensively, and that's kind of what we've seen over the last 2-3 minutes after we saw like a good 5 minutes of action or just end-to-end action.
if anything, we see more of the high-scoring danger chances coming from Oswego's offense, which is a good sign, given, again, you're facing one of the better teams offensively in all the SUNY. The Bengals lead the whole conference with 3.3 goals a game. So right now, if you're Oswego State, you're feeling good about how the defense is doing.
Right.
He's now going along the right wing with it for Buff State. Alone fires the wrist shot and just misses the net by an inch. Now going along the left wing is Cunliffe. Majeski tried to get the puck. It was just a little out of her reach. Majeski has it in the corner now to Cunliffe. Along the half wall, bank pass up top to Van Dam at the left point, back to Cunliffe. Bank pass along the wall, tries to hit Lons as she goes now to the opposite corner. Fires it back to Cunliffe. And she could not feed it up. It's a great steal from the Sage running rabbit, and she fires it in for a quick line change. And Van Dam will take it with 5:52 left to go in this first period of action. If you're just tuning in, got a scoreless game between the Oswego State Lakers women's hockey team and the Buff State Bengals as Lons carries along the left wing in the O zone, but it is automatically taken away by Bengals, but now taken right back as Petrick will pick it up for the Lakers and fires it along the wall. Just missed Power off of that. Julia Power going through the neutral zone, now carries it over the blue line along the left wing. And tries to center it out in front, and nothing doing. Good defensive work by the Bengals just to clamp down in the slot. And another one-timer chance is just wide from Rico Belli. Sabenaqua fires along the wall, now gets it over to Jojo Rain Rabbit. Cross-ice pass is just a little out of reach for Ramasier.
Yeah, just that last possession there from Oswego. The passes at times have been great, and then passes at times just haven't been great at all. You just got to, what passes that you get in front of the net, you have to capitalize on those.
Carlson, nice little deep going along right wing, tries to fire it in, and what a great save from DeVivo. Covering it up for the 5-0 as that's what Carlson was trying to go. But good work from DeVivo to get in the butterfly and haul it in.
I mean, both goalies so far, have been outstanding. Both of them making toe saves, keeping it right off the goal line by just inches. So, the goaltending battle early has been fascinating to watch.
Like I said, it was going to be one of the key matchups going into this game, like it has been for the past couple of games for Oswego. The goalies are going to be the biggest determination of how the game is going to pretty much go. And DeMars try to get it over to Parenti, but nothing doing is now the puck is loose just near the send bin. Now still no one can get possession of it, and it'll be picked up by DeMars. Carries out to the high slot, and now the left wing fires it in. Oh, and it just missed. Todd still was not on the right angle to go towards the net, but that was a dangerous opportunity for the Lakers. Dory could not secure the puck, and now it'll be taken by the Bengals. Along the right wing, and now moved up. They're going to try to push for offense. As that was Zolak, and she'll just fire along the boards as she is going to try and get off to get some fresh legs onto the ice. Vaccaro goes down and battle for the puck at center ice. It'll be taken by Radecki. Now 2-on-1 chance. Tries to get the centering pass, but good work by Jay Seal. But we have a delayed penalty coming up, and it's going to be going against Buff State for tripping. That is going to be on Vanessa Willock. So the Lakers will go on the power play with 3:12 left to go in this first frame.
Yeah, the Oswego State Lakers power play, it hasn't been their strongest point so far in conference play. They're only converting at a 10% rate. That's 6th in the conference right now. But they do. But again, they have to find these opportunities right here when you're on the power play, heading now into the postseason. You've got to turn these power play opportunities into goals to get ahead in the games.
And one other advantage for at least the Lakers that gives them a chance is that they're facing a Buff State penalty kill that has not been the best this year. On paper, 83.6 doesn't sound terrible at all. It's not bad, but it's 7th in the SUNY towards the bottom. So And it's been a big factor of why, although Buff State has one of the better offenses by far, you look at the record and you're like, okay, what's going on?
Yeah.
That's part of the reason why they haven't had as much success as some people would think they would based off their offense.
Right.
Penty gets over Coley, tries to fire the wrist shot, but that was just redirected. Good defensive work from Cadez for the Bengals. And now Cunliffe has it along the left wing, tries to carry it in, but Joe's a running rabbit, just flips the puck high in the air, and that goes out of play. No delay of game on her, so obviously there's not going to be a penalty on that, and they're just going to take the face-off at the left dot in Bengals territory.
Yeah, definitely was close there. Just from my vantage point, I really didn't see it hit anything, but the ref said no delay game.
Van Dam cross ice pass to the opposite point to Jay Seal. Moves it down low to Cunliffe. Now even lower to Megan Smith, who comes back up high. Jay Seal, the right point. With 47 seconds left to go in this power play. Cunliffe goes to the high slot, can't find anything. Good work by Cadez to put some pressure on her. And good clearing attempt from the Bengals as they hustle off to get some fresh legs on the ice for their second penalty kill line. So now the Lakers just sit back ready to get their breakout start as Van Dam feeds it up along the left wing cross. Ice pass hits Cunliffe but cannot maintain full control of the puck and cleared out once again by the Bengals. 13 seconds left to go in the Lakers power play, but wonderful steal by Zwolak. One-on-one chance, fires, and the wrist shot is just a little high over the glove of DeVivo. 3 seconds left to go in the Lakers power play. And that will do it. Back to even strength for both sides. As Vaccaro will just flip it in for dump and chase, but Daphne Gray will pick it up for the Bengals. And a little scrum behind the cage as we have less than a minute to go, and a puck, it's a little loose, and it goes in! With under a minute to go, the Lakers put one in just barely as it just got loose from Todd and gained credit for the goal. And there was the player you mentioned, Alexandra O'Brien.
There we go.
First goal of her NCAA career.
I mean, perfect timing, right? I mean, 2 games left in the season, and then she finally gets her first goal as a freshman, working the front of the net. That's where you're going to have to get your goals, especially heading into the postseason. You got to get to the front of the net. You got to drive hard, and exactly what O'Brien did.
Yeah, she just tipped it and barely just threw the 5-hole as Todd just got down onto her stomach, hoping to try and cover it up, but just a little leaky getting through there. Now the Bengals will try and look to respond within these last 35 seconds of the frame as Radecki carries it through the blue line. Tries to get the centering one-timer, and that could not go as she was looking for that feed to Willick. Willick down in front of chance at the wrist shot, and great glove save from DeVivo. Just got a piece of it, but not all of it. Now chase out front, and the chance, and he scores! Vanessa Willick off the redirection with 12.7 seconds left to go. And she puts it by the blocker DeVivo, and we are tied at 1.
Yeah, not a way you want to end the first period if you're Oswego. You just scored just a few seconds ago, and now you give the opportunity away, and that ties the game. Just bad defense here, just leaving her in the front of the net all by herself, and that leads to the goal.
Draw was won by the Bengals, but the Lakers take it right back as they're trying to see they move the puck out of the neutral zone. It'll be fired on the walls, and that will do it for 1 period played. And the result of that, tie game at 1 apiece. Both goals coming in less than a minute left in the period. O'Brien picking up her first to get the Lakers on board first. But then Vanessa Willick says, we're still in this one. Buff State tied it up with 12.7 seconds left to go. But don't go anywhere. We still have more hockey action coming up. You're watching WTOP 10.
welcome back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan I've played for the last 15 games. Maybe.
Writing a letter to the NFL fans? Get out of here with that.
Let me finish. No, stop.
Johnny Manziel, that guy, he's a loser.
No, that's.
Watch the DK experience.
Is there anything interesting happening in here? Joe, is there anything interesting happening in here?
Yes, there is some interesting stuff tonight. We're doing our weather outside.
Oh, okay.
Our
I don't
quick
care.
weather.
Never mind.
Let's see how shiny it is.
Welcome back to the Perch at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena for our first intermission report. I'm Michelle Smith, joined by our analysts Connor Zengis and Nick Stetter. What a surprising end to that period. Freshman Alex O'Brien scored her first of the season with a minute left. Connor, what did you see?
That was just a flat-out skill goal. I mean, shout out to Alex O'Brien getting in there, getting into the nitty-gritty, getting yourself right in front of the net. And little tidbit here, this was coming off of the Lakers were just denied on a power play, so certainly the momentum was not in their favor, and the vibes were a little low, but just a great job by O'Brien, getting herself into the front of the net, getting that deflection goal right through the legs of Alexa Todd, and for a moment, the Lakers had a 1-0 lead.
And then as the last dozens of seconds counted down there, Buffalo responds. Nick, tell me about it.
I mean, the absolute amazing reaction time by Vanessa Willick here. Grabs it out of midair, turns the corner, and ends that clean sheet streak for DeVivo. What a run that was, though. I just want to take that into account. But, I mean, we were all of us were like, okay, let's get our notes ready. We know what to do, 0-0, and then bang, bang. As quick as you like it. I mean, that was ridiculous. What a last minute of the period.
Yeah, I'm not sure anybody saw that coming. Now, a little while before, right at the beginning of the period, Oswego's Dory went to the box for hooking. Oswego did have some viable opportunities on that PK, but Todd kind of stood on her head in that net for Buffalo, had some nice shots right to the chest, blocked him, pushed him out, kept the puck in play. And with the period ending tied 1-1, what do you think needs to be done to get more of those tough luck shots past Todd?
Well, to be honest with you, Michelle, I think Oswego just needs to establish more time in Buffalo's zone. That first period, the puck was flying all over the place. Both teams were using all 200 feet of this ice. I would like to see Oswego use that forechecking a little more, control the neutral zone a little more, and be able to keep that puck in the Buff State zone so they could actually have time to set up their offense and enough of this dump and chase.
I completely agree. I mean, it was all over the place, back and forth, misplaced passes going everywhere. The puck went wild. The only time we saw, like, established team play was that last minute. I mean, Buff State had some great movement before their goal. Same thing with Oswego, that deflection goal. Both teams didn't really move the puck until that last minute. That might be a little bit of a wake-up call going into the second period.
Now, the scoreboard here at the Deb says that we're tied 9-9 for shots on goal going into this second, despite that end-of-period goal for both teams. Why can't Buffalo seem to get ahead in their zone?
Well, first of all, I want to give Buffalo a little credit here for being tied at shots on goal after the first period. We mentioned in what they were called off of in the pregame show, they actually got outshot 32-16 the last time that they played. So the Lakers doubled their shots on goal. So the fact that Buffalo is still here, huge credit to those Bengals. But like I said, you don't want to be tied with the Lakers in shots on goal. You want to go ahead of them in shots on goal. So for Buffalo, they kind of started off slow in that first period. Even getting on the power play, we saw Oswego have almost 2 grade A scoring chances to get a shorthanded goal there. So for Buffalo, I don't want it to take 5 minutes for you to finally find your legs in this period. Let's come out and let's get to work right away. Capitalize on the fact that you were the last team to score just seconds before you went into that locker room.
Now, let's jump on the Wayback Machine for a minute here. Let's revisit those hot and colds that we talked about. We've seen some fairly matched hard play out there, but what have you seen in the last 20 minutes or so of play that made or broke these teams to start?
And I want to go back to my cold about them not starting off strong. Really, the third period is where the Lakers seem to shine. I don't want to say it yet because the commentators got curses. But I will say, this isn't the Lakers we're used to seeing yet. You got to wait till the second and third period. The Bengals have to keep up because they get hotter as the game goes on. So started a little cold, especially at the start of the first period, ended a little hot. Now they're going to bring that momentum into these next two periods.
Speaking of commentator curses, I would like to formally apologize to Mia DeVivo because that is completely my fault for bringing up your shutout streak and also saying that you would continue it today. I formally apologize. It is all my fault that that goal went in.
It's true. Everybody, send your hate mail Connor's way. Don't make it Mia's fault. In that same vein, how have your players to watch looked down there as we're looking at that goalie comparison so far on the night?
I want to talk about my player to watch, Lonks. She was so close to that one-on-one with Todd. It was a beautiful save by Todd, by the way. I'm not going to discredit the save, but Lonks, in a one-on-one situation, you have to score those. You have no defenders in front of you on a counterattack. It was a beautiful opportunity, just unfortunate not to get the goal there for Natalie Lonks.
And for my player to watch, Jenna Majeski, I honestly really like what I've seen from Jenna so far through this first period. Very noticeable on the ice just because of how tall she is. She was flying around in that offensive zone a little bit, getting towards the front of the net, which is really what you want. If I'm Mark Digby, I would look to put her in front of the net more, especially on your power plays. Get her screening Alexa Todd, and who knows, maybe a la Chris Kreider, she could get some deflection goals in there, because just get bodies in front of the net, make it hard for Todd to see the puck. She's got a .920 save percentage heading into this game, so certainly an elite goaltender. Make it difficult on Todd to see the puck.
Well, Connor already mentioned it. I think all of our score predictions included a shutout one way or another. Does anybody want to revise or visit what may have gone wrong with their picks, make up for that mistake there at the beginning?
I'll tell you what went wrong was that last minute both teams had a sense of urgency and they both needed to get on the board before the end of that first period. I'm going to revise my pick if it's okay with y'all.
Go right ahead,
It's
Nick.
okay?
Go
All
right
right.
ahead.
I'm going to go 3-1 to Oswego because, as I said, this is just the start. They tend to get hot as the game goes on. I don't think the Bengals are going to be able to keep up. I think that one goal is the only say they'll get in this matchup.
I'm going to give the Bengals another goal here. I like the 3 that you're giving to Oswego. I'm going to redo my pick, 3-2 Oswego here. Buff State has made some adjustments since the last time these two teams met in Buffalo, and I think that will result in an extra goal for Buffalo State as we approach these next two periods.
Similar to you guys, I'm adding some goals to my original prediction. I'm going to say 3-1 Buffalo. I think that now that they've had a taste of getting that goal, they're going to want to keep eating that up. So we'll see how that, ends up going on tonight. We might have to revisit again in the second intermission. No one really knows yet. But until then, do we have any updates for around the SUNY? I know those games were starting at 3 and 7 today.
I haven't checked personally, and I probably should have. That's on me.
Hey, that's
but
all right.
Realistically, we're looking at a lot of games coming up.
Go,
Here
Nick.
we are, Potsdam and Morrisville. Potsdam beating the worst seed in the SUNY right now. That's no surprise to anybody. William Smith 2-0 up against Canton, and we're waiting to look at that Cortland-Plattsburgh game, which is really going to shape the 1 seed of the SUNYACs.
And Buff State is certainly probably very pleased with that William Smith-Canton game at the end of the first. William Smith has already clinched a playoff spot, and Canton is one of those potential teams that Buff State would need to jump to secure a spot in this top 6. So a loss for Canton here is very good for Buff State as they're currently tied with the Lakers 1-1.
Also interesting to know, it'll be interesting to face off against William Smith in the SUNYACs if it comes down to it, because the Oswego State men's team should be seeing Hobart, who are undefeated, I believe 65 games now in a row for Hobart. And of course, William Smith is the women's side of athletics for Hobart. So a lot of Oswego rivalry going on. We'll want to keep our eyes on William Smith as the SUNYAC playoffs progress. But that's it for our first intermission report here, I should say. I'm Michelle Smith, joined by Connor Zangus and Nick Stetter. We're going to throw it back to the press box for the second period and meet us back here for the second intermission report in just a little while.
I saw bread, and I want some bread.
I feel like the amount of work that we get here is very different than a community college. So at my last school, we had at least an essay a week that was due for any given class.
Yeah. Also make you really done because you start in the fall, where it's kind of like, well, still good sport.
If it's hockey,
In front shoots, they score!
It's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams. How do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh, boy.
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy. I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still? Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
I'm scared of Joe with a bat. Okay.
Okay.
Let me show you because your team is a failure. You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh. Just like that.
That's actually. Let me show you the Bronx Bomber way of doing it. Ready? Ready? I swear to God. Oh my
Everyone.
God. All right, put the bat down. All right. This number's like.
Sorry, Joe.
You're right.
Sorry.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No.
Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to.
If only we had someone who could tell us what we should and shouldn't watch. Well, do we have a show for you? Who are you?
What are you doing in my bed?
On Be Kind and Rewind, we will go through and review all your favorite movie franchises.
And tell you which ones you should and shouldn't watch from the perspective of normal movie fans. Well, be sure to check out Be Kind and Rewind on WTOP 10.
Welcome back to Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as we are back for second period of action for the Oswego State Lakers and the Buffalo State Bengals for women's hockey, and the Bengals win the draw to open up this second period of play. Just tuning in, game is tied at 1 apiece, and both teams scored with under a minute left to go in the first period of play. See who'll be able to break the tie as Helen Van Dam tries to battle for the puck with Radecki in the right corner. Now taking it along the left wing is Lons for the Lakers. Tries to counter her way through, but great pad save from Todd. Way to just close off the window and just hug the post. Cunliffe tries to get out in front, but cannot do so. Cunliffe gets it back. Another wrist shot, and that was paddled away by Todd. The Lakers get back again. Coley cross ice pass to Pinty. Tries to fire towards the net, and what a glove save from Todd as the puck just kind of skipped its way toward her. A little dangerous, but good work just to drop to the butterfly and stay tall in front of it.
Yeah, great first period there from the Lakers. They played Buffalo's offense really strong, even though allowing that late goal. Oswego had 3 blocks in that first period. Need to continue to get in the shot lanes, and then they just got to continue to clog the middle of the ice.
And chase out front, and the puck is. My goodness, it was just, I was trying to figure out where the puck went, and what a crazy save from Todd. And she thought the puck went in the net for a moment. It just went off her back a little bit, and everyone lost sight of the puck, so the ref stopped play. Face-off won by the Bengals, but kept in by the Lakers. As Coley trying to battle the puck in front of the sin bin. But goes behind the cages. Dory tries to race after it, but Quinn Murray gets to it first. And now Malone bound to the puck at the half wall. The Lakers do a good job of the forecheck to keep the puck in. Now Malone has it. Gets the feed off to Sage, running Rabbit, trying to see if they could get a 2-on-1 chance. But nothing doing as, Good just runs straight into the boards. Good to see that she got back up just fine and is not injured. But what a pass, I will say, from Sage running Rabbit. Because now we have delayed penalty going against the Bengals. Coley feeds it up to Dory. Now to the left wing to Rico Belli. Carries it over the blue line. Rico Belli trying to take control of the puck, but it'll be taken by Good. And we have a penalty going against Buff State for the second time today. So he'll be going to the box.
Yeah, physical play there, right off the 2-on-1 right off that 2-on-1. Great to see both of those players get off the ice uninjured there. And then you get a penalty here against Buffalo State. You're at Oswego. Again, 1-1 game, both teams playing with high energy so far. Here's an opportunity to get the lead and take the momentum again.
0 for 1 on the last power play. It's a high stick call going against Good. And looks like the ref's just going to pause just to make sure. They're trying to get a time check here to make sure everything is good. And they're just still looking it through. But actually, go looking back at some of the stats of the first period. Shots on goal. Surprisingly, Buff State, even though they didn't have as many high danger chances as Oswego State, they had more shots on goal, 10-6 in that category. As the Lakers lost the draw, and Buff State will clear it out successfully. But great hustle automatically right off the draw from Cadence Kemp as he tried to pick up the puck, maybe get a shorthand opportunity, but nothing doing. As now the Lakers will just sit back and get the breakout started. As Van Dam carries it along the left wing. Over the blue line to the neutral zone. Gets it to Megan Smith. Cross-ice path. Just goes behind the blue line to Cunliffe, so they'll have to regroup to avoid the offsides. Smith loses the puck as that was JoJo running Rabbit who secured it. But now JCL has it up top. Down low to Cunliffe on the half wall. Now off the corner to Smith. Just got by her, but Dory will pick it up and now goes to the right corner. Now the right point to JCL. Van Dam. Now Cunliffe back to Van Dam, but the left point now up top to JCL. Lakers trying to cycle around and try to fit the puck in to center it, but nothing doing. Van Dam with a wrist shot, and that could not get through the traffic. Bengals trying to clear it out, but nothing doing. JCL keeps it in. And now Smith and Van Dam will come off the ice for a line change. And a shot, and it's paddled away by Todd. They clear it out. And just to also remind you, the high sticking call going against Good is a 5-minute major. So lots of time to work with for the Lakers as they have 3:24 left to go in the major.
Yeah, perfect opportunity for the Lakers to get ahead, get ahead 2-1 here if they can capitalize on this 5-minute major.
Coley from the left side, wrist shot, and it's just wide of the net. Excellent screen out in front from Majeski, using her 6'2" frame to take away the eyesight and vision of Todd in net. Rico Belli carried along the right wing. Tries to cut to the cage, and she scores! Lauren Rico Belly buries the wrist on top shelf where Mama hides the cookies right above the glove. And Oswego takes the lead on the power play.
Yeah, her 5th goal of the season, and it was a beauty. As you hear, take a look at the replay. Coming down the right wing wall, you're going to see it just goes from the right wing wall into to the slot area and just takes the top corner. And they still have an opportunity if they get another one here, because with a 5-minute major, they can keep the power play. They have 2:55 left to go.
Right, looks like the defense kind of just got lost for a second. They just froze. Well, I think the top defenseman was supposed to kind of close in back behind on the slot and try and at least give some support, but did not do so for Buff State. Megan Smith has it. Now gets to Dory, the left half wall, but now goes down lower. Back to Smith. Now Van Dam at the left point. Van Dam goes to Smith. Gives it to Dory behind the cage. Now moves up top to Pinty. Fires the wrist shot, paddled away by Todd. And now a collision right at the left half wall, but Dory has it for the Lakers. Moves it to Cunliffe. Cunliffe goes down low, tries to center it, and the puck is loose out front. Oh my goodness, Todd did not know where it was. I thought for a moment it went in the net. But again, it's another chance out front. It's Shed scores! Helen Van Dam buries it. Another one on the power play for the Lakers as they are hot. And I mean very hot. 3-1 Oswego State.
Yeah, they're taking full control so far in this game. Van Dam, just perfect placement of the puck and just coming from that left-hand side. And again, 3-1 here. We're just about 5 minutes in, and they still have 2 minutes left. A minute 59 left here on a 5-minute major. So an opportunity here to keep pushing the defense of Buffalo State.
And the puck will be frozen by DeVivo. Mind you, that was Van Dam's first goal of the season. She had 7 points going in, all of them being assists, but she picked up her first goal. And, I mean, just looking back at the goal, just a lot of chaos as Oswego. They did a great job just crashing the crease. That's what you have to do. Crash the crease, really put pressure on the defense. You had the odd man advantage.
Yep.
I mean, might as well use that.
Right.
So good work offensively from Oswego State to really set that up. As now Parenti has it at the left wing. Bank pass hole behind the cage, goes over to Rika Belli. Now Parenti at the half wall, now moves it up top. Now to the opposite wing to Coley. Rika Belli finds a wrist shot, and that's redirected by Cadez, and that will go out of play.
Yeah.
1:20 left to go in the 5-minute major against Good. And that definitely has been a killer for Buff State. But the other thing, too, especially on the penalty kill, that they need to work on a little bit more, and probably is the reason why they've struggled on the penalty kill.
Yeah.
They have to be able to clear the puck out, but they are just not giving much support at all for Todd.
They're not giving her much of anything. I mean, just the entire power play literally has been in the offensive zone, and they got two goals off that, and they're just crashing the net, not giving much help to their goaltender.
Rika Belli will fire it into the O-zone, but it's like it'll be picked up by Buff State as it's Daphne Gray who will be pinned to the boards as Rika Belli's trying to fight for the puck with her. Giving some backup as well, and there is Parenti. The Lakers come away with it. Majeski tries to get it along the wing to Coley, and it just gets by her, and they cleared out. Much needed for the Bengals. Coley has it in the left corner, and nice cross-ice pass to Cunliffe. And way to pump the brakes from Georgia Cunliffe. Dory finds a shot, and a nice save from Todd. Just absorbing it with the leg pad.
2 players in this game here, Braden, both getting their first goals of the season. Just, again, showing the depth of the Oswego State women's team here.
24 seconds left to go in the 5-minute major. Assessed to Good for the Bengals. Dory has it for the Lakers in the left corner. Just moves it over to Cunliffe. 10 seconds left to go. Georgia Cunliffe tries to get the pass off to Dory, but knocked away by Murray, and will be cleared out. And that will put an end to what was a very spectacular power play for the Lakers, give them a lot of momentum.
Lots of the momentum literally has just shifted. You know, you could talk about the Bengals getting that goal late in the first period. All that momentum they had entering this period is now gone after that 5-minute major.
Torrey tries to center the pass, but nothing doing on the shot from Iverson. Petrick keeps it in, cross-ice pass to Power. Power fires the wrist shot, but nice kick save from Todd. Now Petrick battling for it with Carlson. She goes down. Dakota Carlson trying to just move her way through on one leg, but cannot do so. Carlson has it at the left corner. The center of the pass, but nothing doing. She was trying to look for Willick. Willick keeps it in, and loose puck will be picked up by Petrick for the Lakers as they go the other way with it. But nice forecheck so far from Buff State as Willick again keeps it in. She is all over the place on this forecheck.
Yeah, every single time that she's on the ice, she's been the main enforcer for her line.
And looks like the puck literally just went towards the bench of the Bengals. I think it deflected right off of Sabenequa as she was about to go out. So refs say, you know what, just going to stop play, and we're going to take the face-off in Lakers territory.
Yeah, again, Buffalo, again, they're using the outside. They're using the outside so they can come inside to create those really big opportunities, as you've seen so far in this game.
I mean, it's where you really want to try and at least set up, at least pushing the puck, try move outside. Inside, it's going to be too much clutter, so the puck just gets flipped up in the air, and Willick trying to find the loose puck, but cannot do so. Cross-ice pass to Parenti. Parenti battling for it in the neutral zone. Trying to secure it, but is unable. And Sirens will just try to fire along the wall. As now Radecki will take it for the Bengals as they'll try to go the other way with it. Ricobelli will secure it for the Lakers as Van Dam feeds it up to Parenti. Just gets by her. And Gray will take it for the Bengals. Now trying to fight for the puck was Braun in there, but cannot secure it. Van Dam will keep it in. Good forecheck from the Lakers. Van Dam centers the pass, but cannot get it to Cooley. And it leaves the zone, so the Lakers will have to regroup. Van Dam carried through center ice, moving towards a slot, but good poke check from the Bengals. And now going on the left wing is Sage running rabbit and will fire it in behind the goal line. And the Lakers will get it right back and take over, but that puck goes down to the opposite end. And it'll be frozen by Todd with 10:22 left to go in the second period. If you just tuned in, Lakers are up 3-1, storming quick out in front to open up the frame after taking advantage of the 5-minute major. Goals coming from Helen Van Dam, who got the third goal, and then the second goal coming from Ricobelli.
Yeah, both of those goals really just setting the stage for the remainder of this period. And again, momentum all in favor of the Lakers.
And nice little deke that came from Carlson. Tries to center the pass, but unable to as she's trying to look for Ramseyer on that. Now here's Lawns carrying through center ice, racing ahead. Lawns trying to cut towards the cage, and the shot is just deflected wide. Majeski try to take it up top. Can't do so. Now Power has it. The center of the pass out front and scores! Georgia Cunliffe redirects the pass and just gets by Todd as Oswego State cannot be stopped. They are like a train of momentum right now. 4-1 Lakers.
Yeah, again, the train of momentum just keeps coming off that 5-minute major. Again, bodies in front of the net. Two guys in front of the net outworking the Buffalo defense. And there was Georgia Cunliffe just getting her 7th goal of the season. Again, hard work in front of the front of the net. Been the story of this game so far.
Yeah, just got over the shoulder of Todd. She had the angle pretty much almost closed off. She was hugging the post tight. But just good work from the screen in front from the Lakers. As now Iverson cross-ice pass over for Caro. 2-on-1 possible chance, but the puck was just out reach. Just out front for Iverson, and it's just loose. And Todd tried to dive for it, but nothing doing. Another chance for Iverson, but that was blocked. Still kept in by the Lakers. O'Brien has it, but just taken away. As now Sabenaquan going along the left wing. He's got a delayed penalty going against the Lakers. Cadez tries to battle for the half wall, and play will be stopped as we. Looks like the. I don't know if they're going to be calling interference from when it's. It's going to be roughing call actually going against O'Brien. Let's take a look back at, again, the replay. Just, again, that beautiful screen to set up the goal for Cunliffe. Bodies in front, really tough for Todd. She's trying to, like, move her way around, see through the traffic. That's what you got to do at offense. Get bodies in front of the net, create a screen, just disturb the vision of the goaltender.
Absolutely, and they've been doing that well all games so far. Is that Oswego offense is just cluttering the front of the net, not really giving Todd much of anything to see.
Buff State on their second power play of the day. They were 0 for 1 going into this one. And trying to battle for the puck was Vetrano as Lakers just cleared out. Vetrano almost knocked it out of the air. Now there's a race for it with Cooley, but getting to it first was Kemp. Vetrano, cross-ice pass, just could not get it off to Willick. And now the Bengals will have to regroup as they get set for the breakout. Leave it behind from Kemp. Now going left wing to Wilkes. She's trying to weave her way through. Good work going through center ice. Trying to go through. What a beautiful deke, but just lost the puck, and Power will try and pin her to the boards. Approaching the 1 minute mark of this Buff State power play as Julia Power clears it out. Good work on her end to clear the puck out, but also really just pin Willick to the boards and be able to steal the puck.
Yeah, that Oswego has just been out working this Buffalo team all second period.
And then another clearing attempt successful as more time comes off the power play for Buffalo State. As Dakota Carlson has it. She has been awfully quiet in this one. Again, leads the team with 24 points going in, 15 goals, leading all the SUNY. We'll see if she can do anything here. She goes along the left wing, leaves it off with a shot, scores! Well, speak of the devil, she does get a point as on the assist, leaving it behind on the little feed for Sydney Radecki. Find the top right corner as the Bengals cut the lead in half on the power play.
Yeah, that's going to be her 10th goal of the season, and it was a beautiful assist, finding the open ice here. Watch as she comes right down in the middle, right down on off the left side, finding the open ice on the of the Oswego defense, and just takes it one time, snaps it in, and it's now a 2-goal lead for the Lakers.
Gotta give credit to Carlson, though, really for setting that up, crashing in towards the low slot, knowing that Radecki was behind her, trying to set it up, get her behind, maybe set up a little bit of a screen, make it tough for DeVito to see her. And what a beautiful, crisp wrist shot from Radecki. Had a lot of power on that one.
Yeah, that was just a quick snapshot, just right off the pass. And then again, finding that open space. That's kind of what Buffalo's going to have to do for the remainder of this game, because Lakers are up 2. They're up 2, so they're going to, even though they want to keep putting the momentum, keep pushing, they also want to lock down defensively. So that means there's not going to be much space for Buffalo State to work.
And the draw will be taken off the offside for the Lakers from Iverson. And be flipped in, but the Buff State will take over. But I got to say, if there's any shot that, with the power I saw from that, I've seen maybe like at a higher level that's kind of comparable. JJ Paterka has a very fast, powerful wrist shot, very quick and snappy.
Yeah.
So, and that's kind of what I just saw there. Great work from Sydney Radecki on the shot, but even better work from Carlson for setting up the assist.
Right.
So now Buff
that
State
just shows the chemistry between those two players.
JoJo running rabbit has it for the Bengals, and she'll feed it up. But cannot secure the puck on that was Sheehan. Didn't really call her name much in this contest as O'Brien tries to find, but Sheehan gets her stick in there. And round center ice. And Cunliffe will come away with it, going along the right wing, carried through the neutral zone. Cunliffe trying to wait for the rest of her team to catch up as trying to favor Van Dam, nothing doing. Loose puck. Balfour with Jay Seal in front of the bench. And looks like they're just going to take the stoppage of play on the puck. Just went out of play. I think it did by the looks of it, so they're going to take the draw at center ice. And in the upcoming game for the Lakers, next in their schedule, their last one, they'll be home against William Smith to finish the regular season before the playoffs. That game will be at 3 o'clock tomorrow. You'll be able to catch it here on WTOP 10, by the way. Cunliffe along the right wing fires the wrist shot, but gloved by Todd. Way to flash the leather on that one.
Yeah, and flashing her glove right there. You're going to see this. And then you just back to the Buffalo State goal here. Again, just a perfect example of using the space that you have, finding that open ice, and a crisp pass equals a goal for the Buffalo State Bengals.
Bank pass, try to feed up to Cadez, and just out of reach, and a race for it. And Power just gets it, and the Buff State bench is trying to argue with it, saying that Cadez got the puck first over Power, but the refs say no. So it'll be an icing call going against Bengals. And right now, my prediction for the score is looking pretty good as of the moment. I have it right so far, but we'll see if it will last, even though I predicted the fourth goal for the Lakers being an empty netter, but not the case. Power fires the wrist shot and patted away by Todd. Long spot lane for behind the cage, but it'll be taken by Vetrano. Murray tries to cure it, but good work from Lonzo. A hard pass just wide. So the Lakers will have to regroup as Power has it, gets it over to Pitlick along the right wing. Long pass to Lons, and she secures a one-on-one chance. What a deke from Lons, but she just could not get full control of the puck, just getting by Murray. But now racing for the puck is Braun for the Bengals, and now they'll try and set something up offensively. As carried it through center ice and flipping it in is Cadence Kemp. Kemp with it, the far corner. Try to get the cross-ice pass and cannot complete it. Dory will try to clear it, but it's still kept in by Maddie Braun. Willick. Balfour in the half wall, starts the pass out front, and the backhander is saved by DeVivo. Got a little piece of it inside to freeze the puck on the shot from Radecki.
Yeah, again, a simple example there. Just you got to get the puck out when you can be able to, and then there's with Buff State just finding those opportunities of Oswego just not being able to clear.
4:27 left to go in this second period of action. If you're just tuning in, Lakers are up 4-2 in women's hockey action against Buffalo State. A shot, and it just goes off the pad of DeVivo on the wrister from Braun. Somebody chance out in front, and DeVivo has to sit on her stomach to try and clear it, and a little bit of extracurricular activity going on as Radecki was getting a little chippy in there with Coley. But what a clutch save from DeVivo, just laying on top of it.
Yeah, DeVivo just there showing why she's one of the best in the SUNY. All spread out there and able to find that puck in a cluster of people. Oswego there knows that they have a 2-goal advantage, but they got to continue on the offensive side, try to get up 3, because that Buffalo State offense is just going to keep pushing.
Rico Belli has it for the Lakers. Look at the shots on goal for this period right now. Totally different story than from the first period. Oswego State leading that category 17-7. While for the first period, it was Buff State leading 10-6 for that frame alone. Carlson with the puck in her own right corner. Malone tries to feed it up along the left wing as she gets it over to Sage, running rapid. She hasn't been involved in too many plays so far, mostly just trying to help clear the puck out, but also push the puck into the O-zone, set things up. Malone fires the wrist shot, and easy glove save for DeVivo.
Yeah, just Buff State just trying to find something to hold on to in the rest of this period. They're still down 2. They know they have the offensive capabilities of coming back from this 2-goal deficit. They're just going to have to continue this grind away and trying to find opportunities. And I don't think that Oswego State is going to allow them that. Allowing that so far, because they just been clutch defensively in this second period.
Carlson tries to get the puck off the pass, but cannot secure it. And she gets it right back from Vetrano. And will be dumped in for dump and chase by the Bengals, but the Lakers will get it thanks to Petrick. But now it's loose again. Vetrano fries it back in to dump it in for a line change. So the Lakers will try to take over, but good work from Carlson to get in front of the puck as O'Brien try to flip it out of her own zone. And now Dakota Carlson carrying along the left wing. Fires the wrist shot, and it's just wide right of the net. Foul for the loose puck at the left half wall, and a cross-ice dump to Majeski. Now she has a chance for a one-on-one. Majeski all alone, goes to the deke, and what a stop from Todd. Brick wall on that. Coley has it at the left point. Fires the wrist shot, and it is just blockered away from Todd and goes out of play with just under 2 minutes left to go with 1:59 left.
Yeah, you're going to see here Majeski just coming through, using her power in the middle of the ice, making that move, and Todd just makes a great save. And again, those are the opportunities you do want to take advantage of. Those odd man opportunities off turnovers, but Todd was just the better player there, just making the save.
And again, she went for the safest choice. Anything that's safe for a goalie is to go into the butterfly, because you just obviously don't know exactly what especially on a breakaway, you don't know exactly what the skater's going to do. You can obviously somewhat read them, but went for the safest choice, paid off for her very well. Good work from Todd. And puck stick knocked out of the air by Zolak. But the Lakers will get it to, as Buff State is trying to try to avoid the offside call. Majeski could not fully secure, and she will head off as the line change comes on for Oswego State with approaching 1 minute left to go in this second period of action. Puck is loose in the neutral zone. Zolak will take it along the left wing. Tries to center it, and what a deacon. Oh, taken down. And there's going to be a tripping call for sure.
Yeah, it's a little slow to get up there after taking that penalty there. And then she's getting back to the bench there. But again, that was just two hockey players just going at it, and it just unfortunately does end in a penalty for Oswego State. But that's just finding the opportunity. You're just going to watch it just come through, big physical play, and ends up in a penalty.
Jay Seal is the one now to get the tripping call. So Bengals are 1 for 2 on the power play today. Oh, what a nice deke. Gets out front, and what an even better save from DeVivo.
Yeah, watching that. She's watching that puck from left to right, keeping her eyes straight on it, and she was able to make that clear-cut save.
Yeah, just wait to go from the Bengals as a sub, the one-timer, but disgusting deke from Vetrano. Just makes a defender fall, and then the 1T saved by DeVivo. Even that was just completely clutch on DeVivo's part. 35 seconds left to go in this second period of action. 1:30 in the Buff State power play. As Carol on the right wing with it is Kemp, and she's being pinned to the boards by Julia Power. The first year is now Cooley comes away with it for the Lakers as they try to clear it out, but kept in by Buff State. Vetrano fires the wrist shot, but it is kicked away by DeVivo. And now Power has it carried along the right wing. Less than 10 seconds to go. Power fires it off the glass and will go over the blue line, and Buff State will just hang on to it as the clock hits 0. 2 periods in the books already. Oswego State up 4-2 over the Buff State Bengals at the end of that second period. And look at the shots on goal quick. Oswego State up 19-10 in that category for the frame. just to remind you again, Buff State will go into the third period, still in the power play. They have 57 seconds precisely going in, so they still at least have a chance to cut in the lead more, but we will see. Right now, we're just going to step away for a quick moment. Don't go anywhere. You're listening to Oswego State Women's Hockey here on WTOP 10.
If you like action, romance,
if you're watching this,
and highbrow humor,
Surface is this. Floor. Minch did not legitimately put his head in the toilet.
there's only one place to turn. Tune in to new episodes of
Oh boy!
only on WTOP.
So you're probably wondering why the top producer of WTOP's new hit, Oswego Liza, is currently juggling Taco Bell right now. That's just because I don't just know ball, but I can play it too. WTOP, live every other Sunday, 7 p.m. Tune in.
Oh boy! Come across.
Who else would you want behind this camera other than Austin Claus? Nope.
Oh,
nobody.
What's happening? Oh, sorry. No, I want nobody calling this game but Kenny Gerard. Oh, and Paulie Beatty. Oh, and also Kenny Gerard again. Oh.
Welcome back to The Perch for the second intermission report. I'm Michelle Smith here with Connor Zangus and Nick Setter live from the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. So just to start out, we're already seeing a slight change in shots on goal differential. We went from tied 9-9 to, let me make sure I'm right here. Yes, 26 for the Lakers, 21 for the Bengals. So, there is a little bit of a differential that we weren't maybe expecting going into this period after we were so close. And the face-offs also took a turn going into those different areas of the ice. But we really should mention the penalties. We saw another early penalty, this time to the Bengals, Michaela Gould. She gets slapped with a 5-minute major for high sticking and gives Oswego the chance to stretch their legs on the power play. Lauren Riccobelli capitalizes with a brilliant snipe up close, and Helen Van Dam follows up on the same power play. I'm sure Gould is not happy with herself. But tell me, what did you guys see on the ice before that delayed penalty got the whistle?
Yeah, Michelle, I really wish that we could interview the Bengals head coach Rachel Gramp and just get her thoughts on if that high sticking really deserved a 5-minute major. For the fans at home, 5-minute majors way more extreme than a 2-minute minor, because when you score on that 2-minute minor, that man advantage goes away, and we saw during this period that did not happen here, as the Lakers were actually able to rack up 2 goals during that 5-minute major penalty. That's the story of the game. The fact is that the Lakers are up. They have 5 extra shots on goal compared to Buffalo, and without that 5-minute major, this game would be so much closer, Michelle. I truly can't even put it into words how angry I would be if I was Rachel Gramp right now in that locker room.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, after that power play took place, we had a full-strength goal from Georgia Cunliffe, and once again, all of our picks are wiped off the board. Can you walk us through that goal?
Yeah, that was an absolute nasty backhanded snipe there by Cunliffe. Oh, never mind. That was on the forehand. No, that was the Van Dam goal on the rebound. I apologize. Getting a little mixed up on my replays here. But Lauren Riccobelli buried the first goal on Alexa Todd. That was her 5th goal of the season. Then Van Dam, my captain, burying her first. And then finally, Georgia Cunliffe with the deflection goal right in front of Alexa Todd to give the Lakers a 3-goal period. Certainly something that you want to see. And I would like to apologize to Mark Digby. We kind of called him out a little bit for his power play on the pregame show here. Let's just say that the Lakers' power play certainly came to play today, and shout out Mark Digby.
I think they might be listening to us up here in the perch. The goal, the save streak was over, and now Digby's power plays are getting better and better. And I'm not gonna lie, that power play completely changed the aspect of this game. We came into this 1-1, and then as soon as they hit that power play, Oswego used the 5-on-4 to their advantage. 2 quick goals in succession. Buff State at the end of that period, though, trying to get back into it. This game is not over in any case, with it being 4-2 coming up.
Definitely. Now, Nick, speaking of Buffalo State, they strike back very soon after that Cunliffe goal. Sydney Radecki, she sneaks right past DeVivo. It really is anyone's game at this point. We've seen how these teams are playing, but can you walk us through that play that ended in that goal?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to see the clip here, too, right now on WTOP 10, but this goal by Sydney Radecki was absolutely beautiful. Great movement, puck movement by Buff State, and just into that top right corner, right past DeVivo's shoulder. You couldn't place it any better if you're Sydney Radecki right there.
Now, penalties, power plays, PK, that is the name of the game here this afternoon. There have only been 3 penalties in 40 minutes, although almost every scoring opportunity and capitalization has come off of one of those special teams on the ice. What can Buffalo do to keep their play clean in the next 20 and try to come back while also continuing to turn so many of Oswego's solid chances into those missed opportunities?
It starts with getting your legs under you early. I know I mentioned that after the last period, but the Lakers came out very strong to start the second period, and I believe that's really what directly led to them going on the power play just 2 minutes in when Michaela Gould had to take that high-sticking penalty. When you start off slow, you're more prone to make mistakes. You're more prone to have to play on your heels, and that, of course, leads to more penalties, playing scared. And so if I'm Buff State, I'm honestly looking to come out here and start early, again, taking advantage of that late goal that they scored at the end of the period.
And I want to say starting early, a great start, but you also need to calm down. We just saw clips right there how they were very tempered that entire second period. You saw a couple scuffles, you saw a couple after the play kind of activities that you can't have. Fundamentals is the key in any sport, whether it's hockey or badminton, all right? It does not matter where you are. You need to have a cool, calm composure, and they really need to have a great mentality going into this third period if they want to make the comeback from 2 down.
And for Buff State, when this third period starts, they will have 57 seconds left on that penalty that was assessed to Shane J. Zeal for tripping. So take advantage of those 57 seconds. Start off early. Try and win that opening faceoff, because that less than a minute is going to go away quickly, and then Oswego is going to be at even strength.
Yeah, definitely. Like we said, these special teams have been a defining factor of this game. But let's kind of widen our lens a bit. Let's take another turn around the SUNYAC. First, let's revisit that Canton versus William Smith box score that we showed during that last intermission report. Unfortunately, our graphic was incorrect. In fact, Canton is leading that game 2-0 heading into the third. What else do you have for us around the SUNYAC?
I mean, we're looking at Potsdam now from 1-0 up, now 2-0 up here. And obviously here at the tab, 4-2 Buff State. And that Canton switch, that mistake that we corrected, really puts a lot of other things into perspective. First off, William Smith, you're coming into the SUNYAC playoff contention and you're getting upset by Canton. That sends a message to everybody else in this playoff matchup right here, saying that, are you really ready? Are you really clutch when it matters? And Potsdam are looking at this Canton win, and they're like, this is beautiful. This gives us a chance to maybe leapfrog Buff State if Oswego lose here. If Oswego win here, apologies. And there's a lot of implications in all of these matchups tonight, and it's going to be a really exciting finish to the regular season.
Yeah, definitely. So bringing it back to the Dev, I'm going to ask again, how are our players to watch after 40 minutes?
Well, I've been very pleased so far with Jenna Majeski. We saw her, as I mentioned last period, try and get in front of the net. We saw that a little more in this second period. We saw her screening goaltender Alexa Todd. We also saw her trying to set up some of her teammates in front of the net as well. So far, even though Majeski has not gotten on the board in terms of a point, I'm still very happy with what I've seen from her so far tonight.
And I want to talk about Lance really quick. She's really good when you watch her. She's so good at slipping back door, finding a spot behind the defense. There was a play where she got in between two Buff State defenders and was in a slight one-on-one. She had a defender right on her back, so it was kind of hard to get the advantage over her. But she's so good at getting in right behind the defense and getting into those one-on-one opportunities. All she needs to work on is finishing those chances.
Absolutely. Now, going to be funny because once again we were wrong in our picks. Do we want to revisit? Do we want to let it be? Are we cursing ourselves? Are we cursing the game? Should we even bother?
Third time's a charm.
Third time's a charm?
Third time
then
is the
why
charm.
don't you start, Nick?
I'm looking at 4-2 on that scoreboard here in the Deborah F. Stanley Arena, and I really think if penalties keep flaring, if tempers keep flaring, I think we're going to see, I'm thinking 5-2. I think only one goal is going to be scored. Maybe Oswego calm down a little bit, try to keep players healthy, maybe see faces that we don't normally see. I think 5-2, maybe somebody, one of those surprise players our buddies at the press box said, might make a great opportunity for the Lakers.
All right.
You know, this entire game we've been talking about a low-scoring game, a game where there might be a shutout with great goaltenders on both sides, but that has clearly not been the case, and I'm going to adapt on the fly here, all right? Give me the Lakers 6-4. Who knows, maybe if I say that they'll score more goals, we'll actually get a great defensive stalemate of a third period, but it seems like whatever I tell you right now, the exact opposite is going to happen on the ice behind me. So I've got the Lakers 6-4.
I see 5-3 Oswego. My Buffalo State win prediction is out the window at this point. I'm giving up. I have to. The numbers speak for themselves. This has been a game of back and forth. I think that Oswego's going to get one, Buffalo's going to get one, and that's going to be it. I'm hoping that there's a few less penalties this period. It'll kind of open up that play, make it a little bit more fun to watch. Obviously, you like watching those special teams when they get to play out there together, but the stoppage in play gets to be a little bit much. You're trying to watch a good hockey game, and this has been a good hockey game. So you kind of want to see that momentum build and kind of get that back and forth going. It's like volleyball. Like, you need that volley. Like, the best periods of hockey are interrupted only by a goal whistle. So let's hope it goes that way for the next 20 here on the ice. That's it for us heading into the third period. We'll see you for our post-game show. I have been Michelle Smith, Connor Zangus, and Nick Stetter. We'll see you soon.
Welcome back to the DK experience. Go back to your job.
Every NFL fan has played for the last 15 days. Maybe.
Writing a letter to the NFL fans? Get out of here with that.
Let me finish. No, stop.
Johnny Manziel, that guy, he's a loser.
No, that's.
Oh.
awesome DK experience.
Is there anything interesting happening in here? Joe, is there anything interesting happening in here?
Yes, there is some interesting stuff tonight. We're doing our weather outside.
Oh, okay.
Our
I don't
quick
care.
weather.
Never mind.
Well, 2 down, 1 to go here at Deborah F. Stanley Ice Arena as the Oswego State women's hockey team is up 4-2 against the Buff State Bengals. Paul, last frame here. What do both sides need to do to clinch the win?
I mean, if you're Oswego, you just gotta lock down defensively. Buffalo State's going to push hard offensively and want to catch the Lakers sleeping on defense and turn turnovers into goals. But at the same time, if you're Oswego, a 2-goal lead is still not the biggest cushion you want. You would want at least maybe one more goal here to try to push the lead out to 3, because Buffalo State's offense is just going to keep pushing, and we all know, as we saw in the second period, also in the first, they can take shots quickly and turn those and get goals really quick.
Oh, here we go for the start of the third period. Just to remind you, Buffalo State is on the power play right now with 45 seconds left to go in that, as Jake Seal was penalized for tripping in the back end of the second frame. As the Bengals will try and see if they can cut this lead in half again. 2 goals lead are the most common given up leads in all of hockey. It's a pass just a little out of reach for Sage running rabbit. But Carlson picks it up behind the cage. 20 seconds to go in the J. Seal penalty. And cleared out successfully by the Lakers. But coming out of nowhere is Elizabeth Cooley. Cooley on a one-on-one chance, fires, but blocked away by Todd. 5 seconds left to go in the power play, and that will do it. Back to even strength for both sides. Sage running rabbit, feeds it down to Sabedequa. Tries to get the cross-ice pass off, but could not complete it. She was looking for Dakota Carlson on it. Parenti has it in the right corner. Fires it behind her. So he tried to get Sirens. And puck just went under the stick of Dory as the Bengals try to clear it out, and they do. Carlson taking it through the neutral zone up the right wing. She gets stood up by Power. Great defensive work from her. As now the Lakers will take it the other way. So they thought as JoJo running rabbit will get it, and Sabedequa has it on the right wing for the Bengals, but automatically taken away by Dory. And the wrist shot is just whiffed on from the Lakers. Dory has it in the right corner. Tries to move it up high, but cannot do so. And now Willick carried along the left wing. Fires a chance out front. What another good save from Todd. Another chance out front for DeVivo, and she freezes it.
DeVivo just, again, coming in the clutch, just making timely saves here early on, especially early on in this third period where you're up 2, a goal right there completely shifts how you want to play defensively the rest of the period, going down, being up 2, then being only up by 1.
And it's a huge momentum shifter there, but excellent save after coughing up the rebound from Mia DeVivo. And shoved down from the check from Natalie Lawns. I think that was Daphne Gray who got knocked out. So a little physicality we get to see a little bit out here. Gray, the great deke, tries to get the pass off, but intercepted by Coley. It's carried along the left wing. Coley at the half wall. Moves it up top to Law to the point. Puck is loose, and someone lost their stick too. But now it's out in front for Pinty in the shot, and it's just loose out in front. And it's moved out of harm's way. Good save from Todd. Cudliffe fires the wrist shot, but that is blocked by Gray. Battle for it with Cudliffe, and Lons will get it right back. Good work on this forecheck from the Lakers, just constantly putting pressure on the Bengals. Whoever has the puck here, they just get on her immediately. Just try and make her uncomfortable with the puck.
Yeah, they just been very good defensively, but also coming from the offensive zone, from their own side to the offensive side on the other side. They've just been able to get chances going quickly from different parts of the ice.
And play was tough, but again, looking back at that DeVivo save, made the first nice initial save, caught with the rebound, recentered herself, gave herself enough time to work with, especially thanks also to help with the defense, and just way to drop with the butterfly and just freeze the puck up. Again, that's the go-to move. If you feel unsure if you're a goalie, drop it to the butterfly, get down low, and good work for DeVivo just to be able to cover that up. As Vaccaro tries to center the pass, but just behind O'Brien. She was looking for her second goal of the season and of her NCAA career. As the Bengals try to clear it out. Malone has a cross-ice pass just a little ahead of her target, and now there's a battle for the puck in front of the Buff State bench. And Van Dam looking to come away with it. She does. Just good work to body out Sheehan to the puck. But now Malone has it. Carried it through the blue line. Madison Malone trying to fight for it. She lost her stick. The Lakers will clear it out as O'Brien carries it through the neutral zone and over the blue line through the right wing. That's a dangle, but good poke check from Sage Running Rabbit that basically pickpocket her.
Yeah, they just been doing that for most of this game. Is the forecheck of this Buffalo State defense has just been all over the ice.
Patrick at the right point fires the wrist shot, couldn't get through the traffic. Power will pick it up for the Lakers. Goes along the boards. Cooley will fire along to Smith behind the net. Rico Belli now has it. Rico Belli now tries to cut to the slot. Fires the shot and tries to hit the one-timer, but that is just whiffed on by Megan Smith. And now the loose puck in the neutral zone fired towards Todd, and she will choose to freeze it. With 14:34 left to go in this third period of action.
Yeah, Oswego just, again, when they get into the offensive zone, they just need to start creating opportunities more and more often here just to get that one more goal. And then you see here is just, again, the physical play by both teams has just been another story in this game.
And that was dangerous again. Todd has had to go from post to post, sliding around constantly to figure out where the loose puck is. So many dangerous chances from Oswego State. This Buff State defense has to give her a breather.
Yeah, they haven't been giving her much today. I mean, just in that second period alone, I believe Buffalo had like 19 shots. So like they haven't been able to give her much of a breather throughout this game.
Now carrying it over the blue line is Sirens. She'll fire it, and right on top of it is Todd. She just dives for it. .55 left to go in this third period of action. Looking at the stats so far, I mean, I know we're talking about shots on goal. Total right now, 29-23 in favor of Oswego State. Like I said, I mean, this third period, I mean, the physicality has just really been ramping up. Buff State knows they're just getting desperate. They want to secure a playoff spot.
Yeah.
Just out in front, and that is kicked away by Todd. And she's trying to shove Lons out of the way, say, hey, this is my crease, get out of here. Just out front and scores! Jenna Majeski comes out of nowhere to the low slot and rips it home, top right. And who can stop this train? Nobody. The Lakers up 5-2 with 13:37 left to go.
Yeah, Majeski just giving the Lakers an extra boost of confidence, plus some extra cushion here, going up to giving them a 3-goal lead. That's her 8th goal of the season, and continuing to lead the Lakers in goals.
But overall, that was an excellent feed. Like, And also good vision from Majeski, seeing the slot wide open. The defense pretty much got sucked into the far side dot. No one really backing her up, and she just slipped through. No one picked her up whatsoever. Just lack of defensive focus on Buff State's part, but great awareness from Oswego State offensively. Radecki trying to cut to the slot, but poked away. Good defensive work from Petrick. Her chance out front, could not get through on the shot from Keegan Scott. Petrick carried along the right wing to the neutral zone, carries it over the blue line, puck a little out of reach, and Todd will pass it off to Willick. Now Scott carrying along the right wing as the top line is back out there for Buff State. But now Oswego State will go the other way with it. Cooley along the right wing, 2-on-1 chance. Cooley tries to center it, and good work defensively from JoJo Running Rabbit to basically slide to deflect, try and make it tough to even get off the pass in the first place. Pinty on the right wing, is behind the goal line, gets pushed off the puck. Good defensive work by Sage Running Rabbit. If there's any workhorses I've really seen out here so far from Buff State, it's definitely the Running Rabbit sisters.
Yeah, they've just been all over the ice. I've heard you call their name multiple times during this game. They've just been working all game, and they just need more of that from some of their other players if they want to try to at least come back.
Cooley at the left half wall, dumps it behind her, trying to see if Peretti could get it, but Sage Running Rabbit will get to it first. Gives it to her sister, JoJo. JoJo Running Rabbit cross on the long pass, but it was taken away by Coley. Now Parenti on the left wing. Try and move it up to Dory, but just gets by her, and JoJo Running Rabbit will get it. Bank pass off the wall. Goes to Carlson. Back to Running Rabbit, and then she tries to go for a big pass. Shot, and that is hauled in by Todd off the wrister from Helen Van Dam.
Everything's working for this Oswego offense. The passes are more crisp. The shots are continuing to happen. And then you just go back to this goal from Majeski, just easy, finding the middle of the ice. Just bad defense from Buffalo State. Lazy defense, allowing Majeski to get to the front of the net and be able to capitalize on the goal.
Look at the speed from Cadence Kempson. She goes down, but right off the draw. Second time we've seen this from her. Right off the draw, she's quick and just takes the puck and just goes and has great stick skills. Silky hands from Cadence Kemp. But now it's a battle for the puck right in front of the Laker bench. As Dora gets on the left wing. To Jay Seal, she'll just fire it in for a line change. And all little physicality for Parenti. She knocks down Gray. But the Bengals will take over. Nice deke from Willick. Now it's poked away by Lodds, and Willick trying to battle for it, but Majeski will come up with it. Now Cunliffe for the Lakers. Try to secure it, nothing doing. And now she gets it right back along the left wing. Carried over the blue line. Tries to center the pass, and nothing doing. To Lons. Lons pinned to the boards, trying to secure the puck at the right corner, but Majeski has it. Centering pass, and Todd will secure it as not much on that shot. She just hugs the post and frees the puck with 10:01 left to go in this third period of play.
Oswego just continuing to work here, and just again, a simple example, just find the areas where the defense is not as good. Lazy defense, slow defense by Buffalo State leading to that goal, and it's going to be a story continuing going on to the later portions of this game. Is how much energy does Buffalo State have, because Oswego just continuing to push every single possession.
Lons carried along the right wing. Good, and she gets pushed off the puck, and it's going to be a cross-check into the back. Delayed penalty, and Sage Running Rabbit will get set to the sin bin. But yeah, going back against the goal for Majeski. There was a defenseman that was there in the slot. She just did not, she basically didn't slide over to her. It's kind of almost like lacrosse. If a man gets beat, another defenseman has to come and slide in. The defense slides pretty much around, adjust the position. No one was there, but clear cross-check in the back from Sage Running Rabbits. So that's a killer for Buff State, especially for their chances to try and come back as Oswego State goes on the man advantage.
Yeah, not a very good penalty there by Running Rabbit, and it's a clear cross check, and Buffalo State scored twice on that 5-minute major, so their power play has been hot.
Yeah, right now they're 2 for 5 as of the moment. Dory there to the slot, nothing doing. Cunliffe, Cyrus the pass, and what a rifle to Van Dam. Oh, and the shot almost got into the cage. Just got by Todd, but didn't beat the goal line or the post. It just got by both of those wide right. Cunliffe will leave it for Dory. And kicked away by Todd. Dory, the right half wall. Moves it down low to Smith. Leaves it behind her for Rico Belli. Rico Belli carries it to the left wing. Now back up top with less than a minute to go on the power play. Pinty has the wrist shot, and it's just shouldered away by Todd. And it'll exit the zone, and now there's a race for it with Coley and Willick. Coley trying to fight off Willick, and she gets taken down, and 100% that's a penalty. As Willick got a little too aggressive there with the stick. She gets called for hooking. So, and basically Buff State's been shooting themselves in the foot. As now will be a 5-on-3 Lakers power play that will last for 37 seconds.
Yeah, textbook hooking call there. Again, another bad penalty. Back-to-back bad penalties. It's 5-on-3 now. There's only 8 minutes left to go in this period. In the game, Oswego State really has to do, even if they don't score on any of these opportunities, is just to waste time.
Rico Belli, the shot, and it just gets everything but the net on that shot. Hits the iron. Pinty up top with it. Goes over to Coley on the left, and the blockered away by Todd. Pinty has it up top again. Seconds left to go on the 5-on-3. Coley again, and what another save from Todd. She doesn't have her stick. So now it's 5-on-4 for 118 as the Sage Running Rabbit penalty has expired. Rico Belli has the wrist shot and just blockered away by Todd, who doesn't have her stick still. And finally cleared out successfully as Daphne Gray will get the stick back to Todd, as that was dangerous for Todd, as that shot that she blocked away almost basically barely caught her blocker. And an offside call going against the Lakers as Smith carries it over the blue line.
Oswego's offense has just been all over Buffalo State's defense in this third period. Not giving, even though Buffalo State has been on the penalty kill for the majority of this period, even when they're playing 5-on-3, it's all going to Oswego, and that shows in the shots where Oswego has 38 shots on net.
Dory gets knocked down the ice. So try to carry through the left wing. Good work by Sabettaquan. Be physical. Less than 30 seconds to go. And the Willick penalty. Cunliffe. Nice quick feed to Smith. Dory the shot. And that is a chest save from Todd. And a little bit more shoving as Smith got a little too close to Todd on that end. Todd's teammates comes to her aid.
Yeah, as the last couple of stoppages here, you're seeing Buff State just getting a little frustrated here. They're down 3. There's only 6.5 left in this period. The playoff hopes is on. Their playoff hopes are on the line, and they're just going to try to see if Oswego can take a silly penalty after the whistle. That they haven't been yet.
3 seconds to go, and shot is just wide from Power, and that will do a good work on the penalty kill from Buff State. as the puck is frozen from DeViva. But yes, even those penalties are killers, less time on offense for Buff State. Give credit to that penalty kill.
Yeah.
You were on a 5-on-3 situation. Your momentum was already against you. Good work, especially also on the part of Alexa Todd, just to hold her own in net.
Right. Yeah, that penalty kill was outstanding for the Bengals. Again, taking 2 really bad penalties really hurts their momentum because there's only now 6 minutes left in this game, and down 3. That means you need at least 3 between now and the end of the game.
And Alexa Todd decides to leave it as Quinn Murray will pick it up, and now Dakota Carlson will deke behind. Cross-ice pass to Sydney Radecki. Nice little deke as she tries to flip it into the O-zone for a quick line change for Buff State as we're approaching the 5-minute mark in this third period with 5:30 left to go, and the puck gets flipped into the stands. And a lucky fan will have a souvenir for tonight.
Yeah, you get in the final 5.5 here. If you're Oswego, you just want to lock down defensively. I mean, you have that 3-goal lead. It's not impossible for Buffalo State to come back, but at this point, Oswego has just been pushing. They've been wearing down the Buffalo State offense and defense. It just doesn't seem that they have that much energy left in them.
Elizabeth Cooley gets to Pitty. Pitty fires the wrist shot, and it's blockered away by Alexa Todd. And the puck is loose. I think it's right. Yeah, it was on top. It was right underneath Coley. She was on top of that. And now Rika Belli will secure it for the Lakers going the right wing. Pinty moves up to Smith. And puck is just flipped out of the O-zone, and now it's Malone carrying it into the O-zone for Buff State. And it looks like she might have got caught in the head. She's holding her face. This Trace, I'm sure we'll take a look at her. Now we got a delayed penalty going against Buff State for hooking as the self-inflicted wounds continue for this squad with 4:38 left to go. As going to the box for hooking, it is going to be Taylor Masterson.
Yeah, they're just hurting themselves in all aspects here in this third period and just not giving themselves any opportunity to play 5-on-5 if you're Buff State. And now all Oswego has to do is either waste 2 minutes of time or trying to find another one here to really solidify a victory.
And save from Todd. Yeah, going in. I mean, discipline has been an issue for the Bengals. They're in the top half of the Zodiac in penalty minutes with 184. Even though Oswego State going in is fourth, well, they only had 149 going on, so pretty much almost 40-minute difference between both teams.
Yeah.
And more physicality in front by Sabetakwa as JCL tries to get the shot out in front. And a little just wide of the cage. Megan Smith, cross-ice pass to Helen Van Dam. Cunliffe along the left wing at the half wall. Beats behind her to Smith. Great chance. Centering pass cannot get through to Dory. And Buff State will move it out as they're going to be pushing for offenses. Look at the speed. We've seen, and puck will be left behind from DeViva, but again, the speed coming from Cadence Kemp has definitely been noticeable from her in this contest. Kept getting in there with Smith. The puck is loose, and Sage running rapid will try again. She's being double teamed, and she comes away with it. Centering pass, and it's just behind Grace Zolak. Cunliffe has it along the right wing in front of the sin bin with 45 seconds left to go in the power play. 3:20 left to go in the third period of action. Petty carries it on the left wing. Behind the cage. Goes to the opposite wing. Now up high. Leaves it to the left point to Coley. Down right point to Ricobelli. Fires a shot, and the puck is loose in front. And it's just a scrum for it as Todd basically had to go on her stomach just to lay out just in case if she was laying on top of it. Ricobelli at the point. Moves it down low to Peretti, up top to Pitti. 7 seconds to go in the power play. Parenti centers the pass, could not get through. Good defensive work by JoJo running around to help out there. Puck is loose out in front, and it is cleared out successfully by Buffalo State. Bitsy will take it, and a long ice pass goes to Parenti. Carrying along the right wing. She'll come to a stop. And the puck is loose, but still kept in by the Lakers. Puck is still loose. That was at the high slot. And now going the other way with it is Murray for Buff State. Now going to the left corner in Lakers territory. Murray has it. Trying to just get out of the air. Quinn Murray feeds it to Masterson, who's pinned the boards. And the Bengals, ever since the second period, after the one goal they scored, they just really haven't been able to get the offense at all set up. Not only just because of the penalties they take, but in general, the defense from Oswego State has been all over them. Buff State hasn't consistently gotten the offense really set up where they can cycle the puck around and get shots off.
Yeah, one of the things that I wanted to see here in this third period was Oswego to lock down defensively and find that goal to push to a 3-goal advantage, and they've done that here in the third period successfully.
Long ice pass goes to Masterson. She'll just dump it in for dump and chase, but Oswego State will get to it first. Vaccaro gets to Smith as we are closing in on the 1-minute mark in this period. Rico Belli fires it behind her. But Buff State will get to it first. Puck is loose. Cooley almost comes away with it. And now Carlson trying to move it up as she was looking for Kemp. Puck trickles back into the ozone. Just out in front for Dory. She was all alone but could not maintain control of the puck. What a feed from Cooley, but that was very dangerous. Parenti trying to drive her way through the center ice, but cannot do so. Now Dory has on the left wing in the neutral zone. Fans on the pass, and the puck goes into the D zone of Buff State. Cooley battle along the right half wall for it as the final seconds tick by, and that will do it. Your final score, 5-2. Oswego State comes out with the victory against the Bengals.
What an all-around great effort by Oswego. They from the minute the puck hit the ice, they were just in full control of this game, and then they just took advantage of that 5-minute major in that second period. That really shifted this game. And if you're Buffalo State, you played maybe a good period and a half. They just couldn't. Since that 5-minute major, they just lost all the momentum, and they just didn't look they had enough to compete with an Oswego State squad. Yeah, the 5-minute major, I think, was the turning point of the game. If there's any big storyline there, that was the killer, for Good's eye-sticking call. Those 2 power play goals were critical for Oswego State to help them gain that huge advantage, and there was no stopping them there. They just rolled that wave momentum the rest of the way through and took advantage of it. Just great offensive production overall for Oswego State. But again, I mean, they didn't do bad holding off. And the Buff State offense, again, they were going as the highest scoring offense in all the SUNY with 3.3 goals per game. They held them to only 2. This defense was just all around, all over the ice, just getting in shot lanes, forcing Buffalo State from going from the middle of the ice to the outside of the ice, and they only allowing 2 goals on 24 shots on goal. I mean, there's this all-round really good performance for 60 minutes of hockey. Something that they're going to have to do again tomorrow, but also in next week when they head into the SUNY.
Yep. And then if you look at the stars they gave, third star went to Vita Vivo. Lon Scott, second star for the game, and then the first star for the game for the Lakers, Helen Van Dam, the captain for the team. So all Lakers get the 3 stars for the contest. But that's going to do it for here at the press box. We're going to shoot it back to the perch with Michelle and the rest of the crew.
I saw bread, and I want some bread.
I feel like the amount of work that we get here is very different than a community college. So at my last school, we had at least an essay a week that was due for any given class.
Yeah. Also make you really feeling because you start in the fall, or it's kind of like one. Still good sport.
If it's hockey,
It's what they score!
it's on Hockey Talk. Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Their behavior against easy teams. How do you lose to the Bruins twice?
As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, Mondays at 9:30 after East Coast hockey games. Only on WTOP.
Oh boy!
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm going to sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome back to the Perch for the post-game recap here at the Deborah F. Stanley Arena. I'm Michelle Smith, joined by Connor Zangus and Nick Stetter for the last time tonight. A 5-2 Oswego win in a hard-fought game. Let's start with the Jenna Majeski goal. That goal was what made it 5-2 early on in the third rather. She's been an absolute asset to this team. Connor, can you tell us about how Majeski has performed this season?
Yeah, huge shout out to the type of season that Majeski is having so far. It's her 8th goal of the season. She's got 4 assists, 73 shots this season, leads the team. And this was her 12th point on the season, which puts her solely in second place on the team in points. We mentioned that she was tied earlier on this broadcast. And when we break down that goal, I mean, I said in the last period that we really needed to get her in front of the net, try screening Alexa Todd, and Jenna got right in front of the net, buried a wrister. And I mean, from that close, it just doesn't get much easier than that, guys.
Thank you for that insight, Connor. Really a great game. When Jenna Majeski's playing into the top of her game, you can expect to see her produce, as we saw in those numbers there. We did have 3 more penalties a little bit later in the period for the Bengals. All were 2-minute minors, and Buffalo played very hard despite that setback, in those odd man rushes there. Every defender was on their mark, which is something that I noticed on the ice down there. They were shutting down opportunities, which did lend itself to the results of this matchup. If they had been a little bit better at that earlier in the game, it may not have been such a large goal differential. But of course, this result is impossible for either team without their goalies. What did you see at either end of the ice in those creases? We'll go to Connor first on Alexa Todd.
Yeah, Alexa Todd, I understand that she did give up 5 goals tonight, but she was absolutely outstanding. I mean, I'm sorry, having to face 49 shots on goal. I mean, talk about your defenders leaving you out to dry. Alexa Todd, in my opinion, stood on her head tonight. Finished with a save percentage of a flat 90, and when your team gets more than doubled in shots on goal, I mean, I'm sorry. That's about the best you could do. Huge shout out to Alexa Todd for keeping her team in it. And maybe if her penalty killers play like they did in the third period when they had that 5-minute major in the second period, we would be giving a little bit of a different post-mortem on this Buffalo State loss.
Good point. Nick, how about Mia DeVivo in net for the Oswego Lakers?
I mean, DeVivo, she's been consistently great every single matchup so far this entire season. Finished tonight with a .917 save percentage. She's consistently above that .9 threshold where we say that's elite level play as a goaltender. 22 saves on the night, only letting up 2 goals. A lot of that also stems from very good defensive play on the side of the Lakers. I remember earlier in the season, they really didn't have a lot of that. Not a lot of clean sheets coming up for DeVivo. And as the season's gone on, they've improved around her, and she's also improved in herself. Obviously getting coached by former SUNY Oswego goaltender Lexi Levy, which led them to a SUNYAC final appearance last season. So DeVivo's been great. She's going to continue to be great, and this was a great example here tonight against the Buffalo State Bengals.
Definitely. Now, Oswego, to go back to that first intermission report there, Oswego took that identical shot count and changed the course of this game, ending with a significant shot differential and obviously a significant goal differential as well. Do you guys think that the 5-minute major was the turning point in this game, or was there another factor that lit the spark for the Lakers?
I believe that the 5-minute major was the major turning point for this game. When you look at the shots on goal since that major was taken and then after, it's a tale of 2 games. It's a tale of 2 cities, to quote the book by Upton Sinclair. And to be completely honest with you guys, I truly think that if that 5-minute major didn't happen, or maybe if it was just a 2-minute minor, we would see a much more competitive game here tonight. But Buff State flat out, that 5-minute major just drained them. They came out for the third period. They actually had a man advantage for a little under a minute. They didn't manage a single shot on goal during that man advantage power play in the third period. So flat out, Buff State, after committing that major penalty, was just lost for the rest of the game tonight.
And they also just scored so quickly off that major penalty. I mean, from going to 1-1, it felt like a snap of your fingers, and it was immediately 3-1 to the Oswego State Lakers. Without that penalty, we could be looking at a game that might be 3-2. We could be looking at a game that might be going to overtime right now, but it was completely a game changer for the Buffalo State Bengals as soon as they got that major penalty. And they really got to focus next season, even going into playoff contention, because they still have a chance to get in, on calming down and playing fundamentally.
Now, Connor, because this has been a show of corrections, I'm going to correct you and say that Tale of Two Cities is by Charles Dickens, but Upton Sinclair wrote The Jungle.
Thank you.
And do you know what has a lot of animals is the jungle? What else has a lot of animal-named teams is the SUNYAC. Let's take one last look on our show tonight. How are things shaping up for Buff State in that 6th place slot?
I mean, we're looking here at a 5-2 loss. It's going to be a big impression on the Buff State Bengals, but we're looking at Potsdam 2-1 to Morrisville. There's a chance there because they're still in the third period for Morrisville to maybe continue an upset, but Canton beating William Smith, confirming the upset. William Smith did get 1 goal back though. Potsdam looking to win that game, though it does not look pretty for the Buffalo State Bengals to stay in contention for that SUNYAC playoff spot.
They certainly need to be the biggest SUNY Morrisville fans outside of Morrisville.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for that last look, guys. It has been a pleasure to host today's show with you and for all of our folks watching from home. We have been Michelle Smith, Connor Zangus, and Nick Stetter. Stick around for Oswego State men's ice hockey versus Fredonia here on WTOP 10 at 6:30. We will see you around. Have a good night, everyone.